俺が誰だか知ってるか彼が言ったか知らないが
Coyote on LSD is literally how the world has nightmares that night. You gotta remember, his life lessons are like subconscious morals and dreams that the world feels over.
Yeah.
Fire burnt your hand? You didn't learn that because you gained sentience. You realized that because Coyote figured that out in the great, in the great beginning. He burnt himself, and now everybody just knows fire burns.
CIA gives drugs to Coyote. No lesson, don't do drugs, kids.
If we do the 70s campaign, I might have to play Coyote just so I could be a part of MK Ultra.
And strap him to a chair and show him all those Dare videos.
Coyote
is your mind on drugs. No!
Coyote is what made MK Ultra happen.
Alright,
Goodness.
Tangent over,
entering horrible territory. Last we left off with Wondrous Company. The gang made their way south to Lafayette, of all places, where after a nice, eventful horse race and a little bit of deals bartering and talking and kind of deals making, or deals teasing rather, with a very horny deals bard, as far as breaking devilish deals that have been dealed. The party then,
Dealt the
deal. The party then recovers, and you guys end up linking up with Leroy, who was let out of the brig, and ended up schmoozing a little bit with Miss Emmeline Harper for a while before reconnecting. And you guys realized one of the main contacts that you would be going through is Miss Harper herself, who seems much more invested in the Confederate States government than originally let on. However, after passing some vibe checks and discussions, figuring out that holy water is not good on the digestive system, you guys...
I can just picture Alexander doing a, holy water cleanse once a year or something.
It's really good for you. It's a pedo diet. Paleo, pedo, what the fuck is that? Keto, that's it. Keto.
Close enough.
Something. It's stupid.
A peyote diet.
Coyote diet. Oh no. You guys ended up fully reconnecting the party with a little bit of a rough discussion and kind of a angry prattle, if you will, between Leroy and Torin and Alexander before you guys all mounted up in your little M3 half-track and started making your way down the road to what would allegedly be your, essentially your main contacts, the persons that would be giving you your full briefing and assisting you in whatever this mission is to enter the Fey Realm. On the way there, however, you were stopped by a tall, white, cowboy-clad, blonde, handsome, big smiling, just cowboy of a man with golden spurs, large saddlebags on his all-white and blonde horse, who identified himself as Andy Coltland, who was here to take in, as kind of an arrest of sorts, Mr. Copeland. Granted, it took him a couple tries to get the name correct. Upon trying to speak to him, the last scene we left off with was him raising a set of finger guns from his empty holsters, and Alexander feeling a sudden thwack of force and energy hitting him in the forehead, knocking him back. As he fell back, he bumped into Leroy, and oddly enough, being the target, Leroy stumbled over where his head bumped the side of the stool that you guys were sitting on, and he is now happily aslumber with his monocle laying halfway on his nose. Where?
I didn't realize that something that's small as I am knocked him out.
You just knocked him off his balance.
You knocked
Yeah,
him
but-
off his balance. It's not so much you. It's what's that
Look, man,
Schwarzenegger
force
quote?
equals
It wasn't
mass
me.
times acceleration.
Gravity was his enemy.
Force equals mass times acceleration, so you got sent flying at like 30 miles an hour into Leroy.
God. As we will pick up.
Have we rolled initiative yet? I don't remember.
You have not
No,
rolled
most of you.
initiative. Everybody, if you would please select your tokens and give me that initiative roll. Andy
then-
Coltman.
My hellish rebuke from last session.
Yep, Hellish Rebuke will be kicking in.
Okay.
Alright, Peter, Nikos, Hachu, Torn, Alexander. He is asleep as he kind of rolls out the back and just kind of slumps over the side asleep. The driver and passenger kind of looking to each other, looking to you guys, nod to each other, duck their heads down underneath and close the little armored flaps on the front to allow you guys to do what you need to do. As, let's get that Hellish Rebuke underway. What is the damage that you are sending back at him after he hits you with what seems to be an invisible bout of force?
Yeah, but cast level 3 submit.
What did you shoot at him? We were still talking.
Ah, talking
I
goes
think the
only so
talking is done
far.
now.
I mean, all I was trying to do was contain him. He didn't have to hit me with whatever magic he did.
Well, you can always help a cowpoke out by wrangling up that varmint with you, and I'll be on my way.
I'm trying to find these stats here for hellish rebuke. Damn, there it is. Information.
You can hit show spell description, and it will
takes
Do you
2d10
even
fire
have the
damage.
warrant form?
roll me 2d10, and he has to make a dex save. All right. That didn't pass. Gonna burn a luck point. That passed. All right.
Does he have a warrant?
He kind of looks to you, and you see a little bit of fire pop up on his shoulder, and he kind of and pats it out with his hand, and then his face just goes stern again. He looks to you and holds finger guns up to you again. Squints a little bit, brings one of his thumbs to the side of his head, and raises his hat just a little bit. A warrant.
You know, the paperwork that proves you're a bounty hunter who has the right to take them?
Who, me? I'm no bounty hunter.
What the hell are you?
And what are you doing? Just
I'm
kidnapping
Mississippi's
people?
most famous gunslinger, Andy Coltland, of course. And you're under arrest. Reach for the sky. Alexander, make
Can't
your turn.
arrest us without a warrant. That's not how this works.
I'm gonna cast a another wall of fire around him. I'm trying to contain this guy while we figure this out. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna do.
He flicks his left thumb counterspell as your spell just puffs out in front of your hand. Nice try, Munchkin.
What is this guy? What?
What else you got, buddy?
Literally everything. All right, fine. If he wants to be that way, then I will. I think he could dispel like 90% of my stuff if I really tried. So let's go ahead and detect magic and see what he's working with.
His right thumb, clack, shoots down counterspell. As you feel a little bit of magic start to enter your vision, and then your eyes fade back to the regular white that they are as the spell is cut short. Nice try
You
again.
want to borrow my pistol?
I'm just gonna grab it from him and start shooting.
You did already turn your action, so you won't be able to fire. But you can item interaction, like take the pistol out of Peter's hand
You
if
want
you
my
want.
pistol?
I'm
or
just
you
gonna
want
be
Roy's
like,
pistol
"Give me
since
that."
Roy's laying at your feet.
I'm literally
His
gonna grab
holster
it.
exposed.
Literally just gonna
Okay.
grab it and be like,
Give me that. Yeah.
You grab the,
This whole killing people thing quicker than I did.
You're smaller than Torin's hand, so the Browning High Power is pretty substantial in your little goat hands. But, yeah, you have a Browning High
What
Power
about
for
Thompson?
now. How many shots does it
no.
have?
13-round magazine.
I know what I'm making the cover. Go, do a crime, Alexander.
this cute little goat's like,
Just handing him a Browning High Power. All right, as we, any movement that you want to take, Alexander?
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
Alrighty. As we get to Andy Coltland, he's gonna cock both of his thumbs back again, and he's gonna give a, yeah! 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He comes riding forward on his horse, comes to a halting stop. The horse rears up. He aims his left hand straight out and brings his right hand up over his shoulder, aiming upside down in a JoJo-esque pistol pose. Nikos, he's gonna fire at you twice. I'm gonna re-roll both of those, because fuck it. 22 and an 18. Do either of those hit?
No.
You hear, in quotations, 2 clacks of either of his thumbs go down on his finger guns. And you hear 2 sizable, almost like ball-ping hammer, ting-ting against the outside of your shield despite nothing moving. He then
Hey,
cocks
you just
both of his
missed me.
thumbs again, and gunslinger feet, bang bang again. Alright, I'm gonna re-roll that second one. That is a 26, because it is a nat 20, and that is a 23.
23 meets.
Ooh, okay. So the one that meets will do half damage. Ooh! Alright, you're gonna take 5 bludgeoning as one of those seem to skirt past and clip you in the shoulder. The other one is gonna do double damage.
Ro got hit by imaginary spall.
So the first one clips you in the shoulder and it causes your shield to drop down as you take another 9 force damage that just catches you in the jaw like a swift jab of a punch. Just bop!
Ah!
Okay, I'm killing him now. I'm killing him.
You hear another
Yeah.
ha-ha as he's gonna burn his action surge, flip his arms the other direction, clack clack, fire 2 more shots at you, Nikos.
I'm killing you.
You can try. That is a 22 and a 14.
Nope.
2 more heavy
Hold
thump
it.
thump hits the outside of the shield. Offhand, he's gonna reach back, and you see him pull out from a empty holster going along his back. It's long and cylindrical, and he makes a cocking action with nothing and aims it at you, Peter.
What do you even work for?
Inspiration, and his shoulder kicks back at nothing. Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
Ooh.
Well, actually, hang on. I might. Nope, I don't have shield. I have shield of faith, which is different. So yeah, 18 hits.
You take 15 bludgeoning pellets of force buckshot.
Would
Just-
hold on. Would a +3 make that miss?
Yeah.
Alec. Damn. Nikos, you throw your shield up to the side, and you see the inside of your shield get pelted by what is essentially a bunch of high velocity, invisible, like, force ball bearings of buckshot. Just pelts the inside of your shield. Peter, you don't take the damage.
What the heck is this guy?
Very clever.
Very unnecessary.
And he will reach back, slots it back into his empty scabbard, whatever it was he had in his hands, and will turn about one time on his horse, and will move his remaining distance to come to a nice pose in the middle of the street. Peter, it is your turn.
Hold on. Don't forget, you just missed me, I think 4 times it was?
Yep.
And look
guess
at
that's
that,
me,
I have
'cause I'm right next
allies
to you.
within 5 feet of me.
Who are you tagging to make the retaliations?
Torin, as per usual.
Torn, you got 4 retaliations then.
Oh my
Anyways,
god,
let's
that's the
start.
whole mag.
Oh yeah, you only got a 20 round mag.
blasting.
Is it a 4 or 5 round burst?
It's
With the
4.
bar. 4 round burst, so you got
Well-
5 attacks, so that's almost a whole mag, yeah.
Is it 5?
Let me double check, because it's been a while. If you've been doing it with 4, that might be. Let's see.
Oh no, it's not. Like the last one, it's basically the.
Light machine gun does a 4 round burst. The bar has a 20 round mag, so that would be technically 5 attacks.
How many attacks am I making?
4 attacks.
Okay.
So it'd be 16 rounds out of your 20 round mag. Yeah, if you want to rapid fire those 4 off, I'm assuming it's just sustained burst.
I'm gonna kill you.
Let me roll 4 attacks.
Yeah, give me those 4 attacks. Jesus.
Oh wow. Any of those hit?
Let me double check his AC. Where did I put his AC? None of those hit, as you see the horse rear back and whinny out, and he kind of puts one hand on top of his hat to hold it to his head. The other hand grabs onto the front of the saddle, and he looks a little panicked for a moment. However, all your rounds almost kind of JFK veer a little bit, and are landing on all different sides of him and past him. And for a moment, he kind of blinks, looks behind him, looks back to you, and gives a shrug. Wow.
What the fuck?
What else you got, Peter?
Interesting.
Torch is just standing there, like seething, like shoulders, like.
I've hit targets further away. How the fuck did all those miss?
What do you mean, what else you got,
rendered
Peter? It's
helpless.
just now my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn now.
I'm gonna make my way up to the front here. Can I start off with my bonus action shot?
Sure.
I'm gonna start off with my bonus action shot from my rifle.
That'll be minus your proficiency, so -4 from the roll. It lands and hits the
Comedically
dirt
bad
in
shot.
front of him. He almost doesn't even register that you took a shot at him.
Alright, cycle the action, and I'm gonna hold action on Word of Radiance if he comes within 10 feet.
Ooh, okay. Anything else?
Item interaction, equip the bandit.
Okay. Are you outside or in the front of the crew cab?
It's open top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the front of the crew cab.
Okay. Torin, buddy, smoking barrel.
Shouldn't you have had advantage for all those shots? Because you're, like, propped up on the front of the Vic.
He wasn't propped. He was just kind of hipping it.
So, Torn's gonna like scramble forward and like grab the driver by the shoulder and get.
Just move, move.
Ah!
I'm gonna do anything, move.
I roll me charisma.
He's actively pulling. 17.
He'll put his hands up, kind of grabs the sides of his helmet, and will just scoot over and almost sit in the lap of the passenger as they're just kind of looking at you like, what the fuck? You are now in the driver's seat, looking through the 2-inch by 1-inch armored viewport.
Not paying attention to the fact that everyone's still kind of like in the truck.
Most everyone.
Torrance just gonna rev the fucker up and dump it in the first and drive at this guy as fast as he fucking can.
Roll me sleight of hand.
Oh.
Torin! No, Alexander, deck save.
To be fair, this is a clutch drop at full throttle.
Why?
Yeah, there's no sleight of hand in this.
Yeah. Everybody's standing up in the back, including Hachu. Leroy kind of slumped over in the corner. Alexander, you're the only one that fully dismounted. You hear the tracks just spin in place for a moment as they lock dirt, and you have to step to the side. You narrowly avoid as the entire truck surges back 5 feet and then stops again.
Oh, what the?
The shift knob isn't labeled. It's not labeled. It's not first. It's not
What the
first.
hell are you guys doing in there? Like,
If you're gonna break our half track, maybe let us drive.
I know how to drive.
Then drive.
Do I get a chance to get it into first, or is that the end of the turn?
I will say that will be that turn, but you will still have your bonus action.
Really nothing to do with the bonus action that I'm aware of.
Offhand?
Nah,
I mean, M3 half track does have an open driver's compartment, so you can just like.
Push open the window and...
Sling it.
No, I mean, not even push open the window. Like, there's no roof.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
sling it.
No, I'm gonna say he's just so flabbergasted and frustrated that we're passing up the bonus action.
Canonical moment. What all the way forward should be first. Turns out it's actually reverse. Go figure.
Who designed this gearbox?
Louisianans. Hachu! You're up.
Also, Nox DMs
Uh-oh.
triggering my tism.
I realize, okay. I could have said M5. I said M3-esque, because the Confederacy would make their own half-track before the, United States would, surely.
Watch Huntsville, Alabama designing something to be ass backwards.
You know, that's actually part of why half of, the Confederacy's Air Force is kind of shit.
Dude, you ever put something in reverse on accident and the G-force pulls you forward and it pins your foot to the pedal, so you just...
Yeah. What you doing, Hachu? You're hanging out in the back of your half track. It surged backwards. Alexander
just
almost
gonna,
got run over.
Drop down the side of it real quick.
All right.
What is...
Torin misses fucking 18 rounds in a row and he has a crash out.
Yeah. It wasn't bad luck. It was just you angry about missing. What do we got, Mr. Hachu? You're in your native territory-ish.
With that,
He raises a left hand up, points a finger gun at you. Click! Counterspell.
How many counter spells does he have?
You'll have to find out.
Isn't counterspell like a level 5 fucking spell?
No, it could start lower. I think mine is a 3, if I remember correctly.
Not with this guy in particular. Yeah, you try to cast that up, and from your gloved hand, some of that green sickly energy starts reaching out, and it just kind of gently floats to the floor and dissipates. Nice try, Red Snake Menace.
that's not even close.
Same thing I rolled.
Nikos, Peter, and Hachu,
Yes.
3 of you are in the front and actively looking at him. Roll me perception.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, not nice.
Ah, yeah, you're looking at your
Explains why you
pistol. You
missed.
have no idea. You're like, are my sights off? What the fuck? Nikos, you feel like you see a little bit of a smoky kind of movement in front of the horse where the round should have hit that seems to have caused the bullet to deflect downwards. Peter, though, I'm going to DM you really quick.
Do you see that in front of the horse there? Could have swore I
I
saw
don't know.
something.
We'll find out in about 15, 30 seconds. When the DM finishes sending me DMs.
As, what else you got for your turn, Hachu? I believe that was action and bonus action.
That's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Nikos, 2 new dents in your shield. What do?
I'm going to dismount.
Hop over the
Then-
side, land with heavy boots
Let-
in the mud, just...
And do what I'm best at.
Projected luck point, re-roll that for me. Ah! You cock back your arm and you feel a little bit off in the mud as the spear goes wide and sails past them, landing a little bit back here.
Well, let's try it again. Bonus action, recall, and
Recall the spear back to your hand, throw it again, and it goes clean
Nope.
over the top of him. He still ducks his head a little bit, though, and gives kind of a... whew. I must say, I've never fought a spear chucker, let alone one from the clouds.
well,
he's,
you haven't either. I'm from the sea, my guy.
Ah, likely
blue.
story. He's clearly a cloud. Look at his hair. Alexander, top of the turn order. What are you
Is
doing?
it
I mean, I'll
possible
give
I
you
never
that.
seen
It does
speed
look
foam
like,
before.
but-
Is it possible I can hold an action for him once he's distracted to try something?
Yeah, you can hold an action. Do keep in mind, the more detailed you make the trigger for the held action, the more it could be harder for it to work.
I'm literally just waiting for him to look and seem like distracted, so probably when one of these other guys are attacking, I'm gonna throw Dispel Magic on him.
When someone else throws an attack, you're gonna try to
Dispel Magic.
counter with it. Okay. Yeah, you can hold action, and whoever makes the next attack, you'll be able to roll perception, and if it seems like it's distracting enough from your view, you'll be able to make the attack. However, you just still have your movement and bonus action.
I'd like to jump back into the truck so I don't get ran over. Would be great, and kind of climb on top of the seats there so I can have full view of it. So
Yeah, you scramble on up over, kind of walk over Leroy's midsection, get up onto the front little boxes, and you're looking over, almost directly over the top of Torn forward.
that should do it.
Alrighty.
Tornu's just furiously fucking around with the gear shift, just
The two Confederates are like hesitantly trying to like half point a hand, like no, you put it there, you move it to there.
Have you ever considered labels?
No, because we know how to drive.
His
Get out of
gears
my truck.
grinding.
They kind of look to each other, give a nod. You'll hear the passenger door open, and they'll both like scramble out and get behind the bushes up over here. Mr. Andy is going to look forward, reach back, pull out of the large holster nothing, shoulder it, gives a cocking motion with his left hand, is going to aim forward. Yahoo! And he's going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's burn that point. 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to re-roll those two.
Jesus Christ.
This is
Torin.
your fault, Nikos, for having such high AC.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
not
I know,
Nikos.
sorry.
Your giant
It's all
steel
my fault.
horse is a problem. You might get away with the intended target as you hear invisible, heavy ball ping punches start ripping through the front grille as 8 recoiled shots come out of his invisible gun as he slam fires into the grill, and eventually on the 8th shot, you see both of the side opening engine covers spring upwards and open as the engine lets out billowing smoke and a little bit of fire. The truck is disabled.
Well, that's not good.
He shoves the shotgun-ish back into his holster with nothing in his hands, will reach up his right hand, cocks his thumb, and gives a nice bang and brings his thumb down. Hachu. Ooh, does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Hachu,
Oh,
your nose gets booped by 6 points of FPS. Just bah!
Oh, you Confederate shithead!
Aren't you also a Confederate?
I'm from Mississippi, thank you.
That's it.
Peter, it's your turn.
It's gonna be one of these days.
How'd you do it, Peter? Peter is contemplating. He is thinking.
I am contemplating whether or not. Can I use sending to try and deceive him?
What are you trying to make sending do?
I want to use sending. I want to send him a message, basically telling him that he's got the wrong guy, and he needs to go somewhere else.
Say for me really quick what that message is that you're sending.
DM it to you.
Okay, that works, dude. You're putting 2 fingers to your temple and focusing at him. Ah.
Is that something I can even do, like gameplay wise? Is it possible to make, I guess, a
Yeah,
persuasion
yeah.
check
No,
off
you
that?
can send that. This isn't going to be based on you. This is going to be based on him. I'm not going to use luck on that. So he rolled a 5. However, she rolled a nat 20. And you see him, for a moment, everybody, you kind of watch him raise his hand, finger guns up, tilts his head a little bit, looks to the left, scratches his head with one of the barrels of his finger gun. What do you mean? Didn't you say something? Did I say something? Clearly, he's right there in the truck. Why would he be in Lafayette? Hey. They're playing a You'd take me for a fool. And he'll raise his guns back at you guys.
To be frank, yes, I do actually.
Yeah, you're.
I can admire the
Yeah.
honesty, but it won't save you from the gallows, Cloudy.
I'll have you know we have diplomatic immunity.
Never heard of it.
That's the problem.
For you. What else you got, Peter? Sure you can.
Yeah, that's we're gonna try for that then.
All right. Make an attack.
Also resting my rifle on top of the vehicle, so that should give me advantage, right?
If it's your item interaction, yeah, you can prop it up on there. That'll give you advantage. -4 from that, that is 16. Ooh, okay. Let me go over here to in-game images and show you guys what appears standing beside him. In a very kind of spectral, ghost-like manner, you hear a kind of higher-pitched "ah!" as smoke kind of clears a little bit, and kind of wispy and not fully outlined is what looks like sort of a cavalry kind of desert-clad cowgirl for a moment with a cavalry hat, looks up to him and stomps her foot for a moment angrily, and he looks back at her. That's why I said get behind me.
Do I roll damage?
You could roll damage.
Alright. So this is gonna be double. I'm assuming she's undead, right?
Not quite.
Either way. So I don't... You're never gonna let me use that, double damage on undead, are you?
I mean, would a spirit be undead?
I would class it as so.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll class it as that. We'll double it then.
So that's...
Double or nothing.
Ooh, okay, so...
Hang on, I am also going to use Blessed Strikes, so is Blessed Strikes doubled?
I don't believe so.
Well, the question...
Blessed Strike is an add-on to it,
Yeah, so...
but it's not an add-on
is
to
it-
your base damage. The, holy damage against undead is only for base damage. If I'm not mistaken.
It just says any damage, so...
Oh, it says any? Oh, if it says any, then yeah, by all means. Double it. Goodness! Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11... 21... 32... 42 points of damage. Goodness gracious. Yeah, you hit her clean in the shoulder and upper part of the chest, and she reels back. And she puts a hand over her shoulder, and you see her stagger a few steps, and then kind of wisps back away into like a smoky, kind of disappearing, and then the mist just kind of fades. And he scratches the back of his head a little awkwardly, seems to look towards her rough direction that she fell back to, and then looks back at you, pointing finger guns forward again.
Who was that?
My inspiration!
Seems almost like he has a familiar or something like that.
Can I use my held action, by the way?
You can indeed. Roll me perception. Oh yeah, you did right there. 12? Yeah, he's gonna be pretty distracted while she's getting shot in the shoulder.
I'm gonna hit him with the spell magic.
Send it. (120 feet) object or magical effect. Third level or lower and the target ends. For each spell, fourth level or higher on the target makes the ability check using a spell. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. Ooh. Okay. So that one will go away.
If he makes any
Alexander?
check...
Oh.
I was gonna say, if he makes any checks, since he's already distracted, can we make an argument for them to be at disadvantage?
I was actually gonna make it disadvantage.
Okay.
Ability check. Let's see. Make an ability check on the spellcasting ability. Okay, so charisma. DC is 10 plus the spell's level. Okay. Thank you, high charisma. No intelligence. It seems like he kind of pauses for a moment, and you can hear a little tink as the buckle to his over-the-shoulder rifle sling with no rifle on his back breaks, and it falls off and lands in the mud kind of just indignantly. And he just has this moment of looking at it like, oh. You have disabled one of his invisible guns, it would seem.
Boy.
I believe we roll around to Torin now.
Right. Torin's gonna, stand up on the seat, prop his rifle on the, on I presume the top of the windowsill.
Yep.
Aim down the sights, burn an action point, or burn his bonus action. For this,
Use your bonus action for your primary action to focus on a target you can see. This negates I forgot about that. Any opportunity for the second attack that turn, but adds a plus. Yeah.
Dodge this.
and Torin is aiming for his head. That is a called shot.
Okay.
Plus 10, that is a 32.
He looks to you, and that 4-round burst, as the mag goes empty, the bolt kicks back. His head will kind of knock back for a moment, and his hat goes flying backwards and gently floats around in a circular motion, landing in the mud beside him on the road. He kind of looks back towards you, big, scraggly, poofy blonde hair, kind of hanging outwards, and a little bit of blood trailing down his forehead now. And he kind of rubs the top of his head. Hoo-wee. That was mighty close. I see you're the one who's the biggest threat.
Do I need to roll
I don't
damage?
think there was
Roll me
anything there to
damage.
hit. You know,
Oh,
you selected the 1922, not the.
Oh shit,
Brownie.
I did.
You rolled with the
I
Browning,
mean,
yeah.
Same stats. Oops,
Same
let me
stats,
just,
but yeah.
Well, for hit. not for
ignore
damage.
that.
Yeah. Roll the other one. Just don't worry about it. Give you,
ignore
yeah,
that.
there you go.
That hit.
Too
Yeah.
many 19s.
Okay, that's better. Right, that's right.
There we go. Yeah, okay, 17. As he gives kind of a look, rubs the blood on his forehead, is in a little bit of disbelief that he actually got hit. Gives a little bit of a smile, takes his bandana off around his neck, tosses it to the side, and is going to reach down into his holsters again, pull out 2 more pistols, finger guns, if you will, and starts spurring his horse, getting his horse ready to charge. What else you got, Torn? As we enter the next stage.
Torn's gonna duck down.
You duck down, get back behind the armor plating. Hachu.
Okay. Well. Fuck it. Just, like, oh, hang on. It's like here-ish.
You cast
Got
it
it.
out, and you see the green energy kind of snake along the ground rapidly, dig itself in, start to pop up. Why are you rolling that, Alexander?
I was actually checking the information. I didn't mean to actually roll.
Oh, all good. Yeah, you see the energy snake through, dig into the ground, and as it starts to pop up from somewhere nearby, you once again see that sort of click, and the magic dispels halfway through starting to manifest.
That's frustrating. Okay, can I see where it might be coming from?
Roll me investigation. You get the notion somewhere back behind them, near the base of this tree at the corner, is where roughly the counterspell came from.
So it's throwing a grenade in action. Oh hell, I'm only gonna land like over here anyway,
It
so
isn't-
I'm gonna try that.
It is an action to throw a grenade, yeah.
Damn.
You do still have your bonus action, though.
High power gang, high power gang, high power gang.
I'll just hit him with that. I don't know. No, it's not gonna hit again, so.
You fire and it sails past and wings by, but he looks a little shooketh after taking that hit. Any movement you want to take?
Um. Let's see. Is that a reaction? Yeah, that is. Okay, I can use that. Okay. I think that's it then.
Alrighty. Nikos, Hoplite,
All
Shieldman, Mr. Cloud, Mr. Brightside, Mr. Cumulonimbus.
Well, seeing him looking like he's about to charge, I'm gonna get in front here, get my spear back, and then hold my action to try and spear him off the horse when he comes by me.
Alrighty. Bonus action, action, and movement. Alexander.
Give me one here, I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to see. I guess there's only one way to find out. This will answer my question. So I'm gonna, before he charges, I'm gonna try this one last time and cast a wall of fire around him. See if I can find it. 1 second. I was literally just looking at it. Now it's gone.
Lost in the sea of spells.
It's just white and black. Yeah.
When you go to cast it, roll me Arcana.
Let's do that first.
I'm using a luck point. Roll that again. God dang! Okay. Alexander coming in clutch. You see one of his thumbs go down to kind of counterspell it, and then raises and goes down again and again as he realizes, oh, that seems to be empty for the moment. No more cylinders. And then you hear a little bit of that distant magic behind him as the other counterspell tries to react to catch it. Doesn't work. You'll be free to cast whatever this is that you're trying to throw at him.
Oh, there it is. It's literally in the spell 4 slots. That's why I couldn't find it. All right, there you go. And it's going to be completely surrounding him.
The fire shoots up around him, rising up.
Bullseye. Take that.
You gotta concentrate on it. However, while the fire is solid surface within range, you can make the wall up to 60 feet long. It's around him in the square, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. Range all 20 feet in diameter. He has to make a save. Dex save. On a failed save, creature takes 5d8 fire damage. Ooh, okay. Let's make that dex save. Ooh, baby, that passes.
Still take half damage, though.
Let's see. Wall appears. Must make a dex save. On a failed save, takes 5d8 or half as much on a success. Yeah, roll me 5d8. He'll take half. Ooh. His horse will whinny out and will literally dematerialize into kind of a smoky mist underneath him as he'll land on his feet. And you can see through some of the ripples and fire. Ow! 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 Ah, that smites! Ah, that's hot! And he's kind of dancing around as his jacket is starting to catch fire and he's starting to burn a little bit.
Hit him again!
Alexander. Oh my
Kick his ass!
He is currently in a ring of fire. What else you got, Alexander?
Going down, down, down.
Well, I can't cast another spell because
You gotta hold concentration to keep that one up, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty much going to be right where I'm at.
Alrighty. We get to his turn as he's...
Indication of where this ring of fire might be?
The 5 foot squares immediately around him in that square. However, you are right. Let me draw a square of Le Red to show the ring of fire as it goes down, down, down.
And it burns, burns, burns!
As he looks forwards to you through the fire, kind of lowers his head down, looking disheveled, sweating, starting to catch fire, his jacket's starting to burn away. And let me measure here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, no one said he was good at measuring. Misty steps, poof, and pops up right in front of you, Nikos, and just kind of gives a dumbfounded, oh.
Into the abs. Another one. You got another one with him.
Make another attack, Nikos.
Meat on it.
Wow! Oh! Love to see it.
Roll me a d6.
Yep.
Ah! You hold on to it as you throw forward. He gives kind of a plie, like, whoa, and it goes off to the side, and you stagger forward for a moment, but you draw back and you manage to hold on to it. You kind of overextended with that one. He's gonna look at you, look to the truck that is smoking, look at everybody at the back of the truck, Hachu beside it. You know, twirls two invisible finger guns, holsters them, gives a whistle with his finger and thumb really quickly, and kind of puts his hands on his hips and looks to you. And he just gives kind of a confident, well, I can safely say I know when I've been beat. Mr. Copeland and his compadres, you are a mighty fine bunch.
And why are you after him again?
Give me a moment here to shift.
Also, DM, where's his hat?
It is laying in the mud back behind them in the intersection.
Yeah, Torn's getting that.
Fun thing, as you're climbing out to get ready to go do that, his hat kind of materializes in a little bit of smoke and kind of a mist besides him, and standing next to him is the kind of spectral female cowgirl that you saw before, who seems all too perturbed as she kind of pats down the hat on top of his head for a moment.
Oh,
Well-
but not perturbed from having 30 damage done in one shot.
That too.
He's fine. He's fine.
You notice she is fully healed, but she doesn't seem all too happy about having been hit. And he kind of looks to you, standing proudly. There's still a little bit of smoke and singeing coming off of his shoulders. You can keep the bandit. That was a good fight, though, and I tip my hat to you. And he kind of puts two fingers to the front of his hat that has a hole going through it.
Wait, that's it? I mean,
It still doesn't answer the question of why you are after him.
I know when I've been bested, and when I've fought something higher than my status could allow for. I tip my hat to you again. And he starts to turn around and starts kind of walking away. And he's slowly starting to wobble a little bit. And she's just standing there, arms crossed, kind of looking at the ground, shaking her head, disappointed.
The hell are you looking at?
I'm so confused.
That is Mr. Copeland in the back of your vehicle, isn't it?
Why are you asking?
Because we're here to summon him, not wrangle him, summon him to a meeting.
To another world. How I got reincarnated as a merchant in another world.
Oh no.
Too bad.
One
Use your
heck of a
words.
summons.
Use your words next time.
I would, except most people don't take kindly to seeing spirits, and he has his own flagrant way of introducing himself. Yeah, as you look back, all of you kind of focus on him. He's standing in front of the ring of fire again, just kind of admiring it, looking at it, just letting his reflection glint on the ground.
I'm
Or
gonna
his shadow.
dispel it.
No, leave it up. I think
Okay.
you'd use the distraction.
He is distracted pretty easily.
It's like a moth to a flame.
Very well.
So what is this summons?
The Knights of the Golden Order wish to speak with Mr. Leroy Copeland. We were sent here to go find him, as we were of the understanding he was meeting with Miss Harper. We
Wait,
happened to
you're-
spot you along the road, and I said, let's go say hi. And he said, let's hang 'em high. And here we are.
Wait, this
He's a
whole time
moron,
you guys
isn't
are
he?
messengers?
You didn't notice that before?
Well, once you started returning fire, I kind of had to protect him.
I mean, in our defense, he shot at us first.
100%. I can attest to that.
Torn reloads bar with malicious intent.
Before we go shooting at each other again, because it wouldn't do much good for any of you, is Mr. Copeland okay? He seems to be snoozing.
Is he okay,
We'll look
DM?
at him.
You want me to roll
He's just
medical?
snoozing away. You almost can't tell if he's knocked out or actually just unironically sleeping during combat.
No, he's not okay, and he's no position to talk to anybody.
That's fine, he doesn't need to talk. We were gonna bring him down to the portal opening where the knights were awaiting to talk with him, and it seems you as well, if you're the specialists that are supposed to be helping with the whole Fey realm thing.
Wait, all of this, and you're supposed to take us where we're going anyway?
We weren't supposed to take you, we were supposed to find him. We were under the impression he wasn't actually with you. But then we spotted him with you, and that's when I wanted to clarify it, and Andrew here decided not to.
So you guys are like courier service or a telegram, or I'm still kind of
I-
lost why you decided to come up like a bounty hunter.
She puts two fingers to either side of her nose and seems to let out the most deflated sigh. 2 weeks ago, we were mailmen. 2 weeks before that, we were oil barons. A week before that, he tried cattle wrestling after a failed attempt at being a sheep herder. This week, he's taken fancy to being a gunslinger, but he refuses to call himself a bounty hunter.
I don't like you.
I don't like him either.
Are you like bound to him or something? Why would you be with somebody you don't want to like?
More
you
so,
don't like
he's
them?
bound to me. I should introduce myself. I'm Independence. Just Independence. The American spirit of independence, if you will. One of the patron saints of the Americas. I got 4 other sisters that reflect other glamorous ideologies when we were manifested into this world around the time that you all decided to mess with magic and break the veil. And from what we gathered, those who show excruciating, almost irritating amounts of our various presences and spiritual identities were bound to help and uphold. My sister, Justice, she follows around a man who likes to wear a mask and ride a white horse on trains. I still question her choice in men. Pride is doing something with the president. I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen Liberty in a while. Anyways,
What's you for?
5. Freedom went somewhere. I don't know where exactly. We haven't seen her for a year. Anywho.
I'm 15 and this is deep.
Shooting telegram?
No. The freedom went somewhere else.
Yeah. Freedom, fun fact, is actually in the Philippines right now with a cavalryman. Yeah, she kind of puts her hands on her hips. Was thinking for a few moments. Anyway.
Well, his brain certainly is independent.
Oh, believe me, the amount of independence in this man, I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I'm obliged to protect and empower him so that I can continue being independent and instilling the ideas of it in people that need it.
No, we could kill him for you.
That's awful independent of you, but no. That would actually be much worse for Mr. Copeland there, snoozing away as he is.
I'm a bit lacking in empathy for Mr. Copeland at the moment.
Understandably so. You see, Andy Coltland here, he's not actually a Coltland. He made that pseudonym up. His name's Andrew Cumberland. He's the 5th son of the Cumberland Shipping and Manufacturing conglomerate, and in direct rivalry to the Copelands as far as Texas and Tennessee goes. And of course, being the 5th son, he's been a little alienated from his father, so he's been taking to gallivanting and trying to find himself, and since then we've been taking jobs with Miss Harper. Supposed to be delivering messages, but instead, I apologize about the half-track.
It's not mine.
Oh, excellent. I don't have to feel bad about it then.
I will have to
Anywho.
fix it though.
If you can, if not, we can ride ahead and I can get additional transport brought here to you. She kind of goes stiff for a moment, looks over her shoulder with a bewildered, like, what the fuck kind of look and raises her brow. As it seems like he's had a pondery, and he turns on his heels and starts walking over towards you guys very, like, cowboy passionately, kind of that saddle-wide knees. Walks over, unbuckles his very shiny belt buckle, and slides his 2 empty holsters off either hip, puts his belt buckle back together, puts them in both hands, clacks them together, and just walks over to you, Torn. I must say, that was mighty fine shooting, and I've given it some thought. My gunslinging days are behind me.
Excuse. Okay.
I passed you the Coltland Legacy. And he'll hold the 2 empty holsters up to you. They're your very typical open top, white leather engraved 6-shooter holsters.
Fucking.
Talk about a legacy.
The legacy will live on in the hearts of everybody who embodies independence.
Got these from a Sears and Roebuck catalog.
He kind of looks over to her, steps over, takes his hat off, and will idly kind of flick it over to you, Alexander. Like, kind of frisbee throw it to you. I passed it to you, kid. Take care of it.
Wait, what do you mean, kid? I'm probably older than you are.
Sorry, I don't do autographs. You see, I must ride into the sunset now.
But it's like the middle of the day.
He gives a whistle as the horse kind of manifests out of smoke, walks up
It's not
beside
even the
him.
middle of the day. It's still morning.
I need all of you to roll perception.
What the hell is happening?
I have no idea.
Oh, whoops! I still have advantage on.
Doesn't matter.
Still fell. You're just bewildered.
Wow.
Just dumbfounded.
Alexander and Peter are so dumbfounded, and you're actually distracted by what seems to be the fake magical sunset in the middle of the morning that is starting to glow on the road ahead of you. As he mounts up on his horse, Hachu, Torn, and Nikos, you all realize that's not the same cowboy saddle. It's now a wicker and very Japanese samurai-looking saddle and blanket. And as he sits down fully, you realize he's wearing a kimono with a pair of samurai swords and a wakizashi.
What?
And he looks to you,
What?
gives a salute. Banzai! Musashi rides now. Let's go, Higamaru! And he turns and
Can I go-
goes riding off into the sunset.
Am I too distracted to call him a weeb in Japanese as he rides away?
You are awestruck as he rides off into the sunset, now riding what was Morning Sun's glory, and now going by the Ronin Musashi on Higamaru as he disappears into the sun, and then the magical effect slowly fades. And she is still just standing there, looking embarrassed.
He does this a lot, I take it.
I give him 5 days, then he's gonna decide to be a ninja.
Is he even gonna make it to Japan?
He's never left the county. And she tips the corner of her hat and kind of just fades out of existence.
Sweet Mother of Christ, we're not even to the Fey realm yet. This is all.
Oh my.
The 2 Confederates rise up out of the bush and are just looking at the decimated engine, just like, oh.
Did you see that?
Him getting a kimono and
No, I'm talking to the 2 Confederates.
We're trying not to question it. What happened to the truck?
He shot it with 8 invisible bullets.
Can you try the finger guns thing? Torin, I'm curious.
It's no.
Torrance gonna like put his hand into the holster, pull out a finger gun, and like shoot at a tree.
Roll me charisma.
Oh god, it's a. Okay. 19.
The bark of the tree explodes with a little bit of damage, launching it off. Torin, let me send you the stats. You have to be wearing them.
Oh,
Vicious Guns of Mockery, 60-foot range. When wearing the holsters, allows you to draw a
Supposed to be
finger
not
gun
him.
from the holster, granting the user 5 chambered attacks of 1d10 plus charisma force shots of targeted mockery per long rest.
Jesus Christ.
that's a fucking incredible magical item. I love that.
That was amazing.
What
So
happens
each
if you put a real
holster,
gun in the holster.
it's just a holster.
I'm gonna detect magic on my hat, see if it has anything on it.
You're noticing a bit of a magical effect coming from it. Let's see, detect magic? Yeah, let me DM you.
Did any of us actually get hurt apart from
Nikos.
I did.
Nick? Yeah, but I,
I got
can't
a little
heal you.
ding.
Yeah, I did too.
Quick, Peter, heal Alexander.
Oh no.
Just
How
burst
hard are
into
you, Tim?
flames. I only
Like,
took like
fire that actually hurts me. Oh, how is this possible?
Here you go, Alexander. Ruffian's Coltland Hat of Coltland. 1 free counterspell per long rest.
can't believe that's the actual item's name. Oh my god. Fucking Copeland.
But as long as you're wearing if you're wearing one holster, you only get 5 shots. If you're wearing both holsters, you get 10 shots of that.
Oh, did you post it somewhere?
I
You
sent
DM'd
it
it to me.
you in
I kept
DMs.
saying you DM'd it to me, not him, but you didn't.
Oh, why did I do that?
I'll forward it.
There we go.
Holy.
So if you're wearing both, it's 10 shots. If you're wearing one of them, it's 5 shots.
Fucking amazing magical items. I love that.
That's so. I'm just imagining a scenario where you put a real gun in it, you pull the real gun out, and then you pull your finger gun out.
You pull the railgun out, dump it in the dirt, then finger gun, and bang, bang, bang.
Can you imagine that? You pull out the gun and they're like, "Oh my god!" He pulled out his gun and you just drop it. And you're like, "What?"
As for healing, I'm slightly dinged, but heal the casters first. They probably need it more.
How down are you two? Just total.
Only
I'm
missing like 7 HP.
I'm down by 8.
Nikos?
I'm missing like 19-ish.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he got fucked up.
I think you're better off healing him since I think I have med kits in my equipment, so I think I'll probably just patch myself up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Funny thing
can't
is,
heal
nobody is
Alexander, can you?
bleeding. You just got some bad bruises and welts from blunt damage.
Oh,
Alright,
well, then, I
both
guess I'll just
of
go
you
with it.
two, Hachu and Nikos, you're at full HP.
Oh, thank you.
I guess I can use the Surgeon's Kit on him?
Oh yeah, you could use that. You haven't been, but you can.
Because we've usually been using it in the guise of it provides full HP on a short rest.
Yep. Well, with
So-
how long it's going to take you to mend and repair that engine, yeah.
So I'll, what is it? Is it 48 plus 4 plus my medical bonus, or
48 plus 4 plus medical bonus, yep.
there you go, Alexander.
Damn. Yeah, you need to use that more often, Mr. Field Medic. Yeah, you get 30 points of health back, Alexander.
What's our base again? 50, yeah.
It should be in your stat sheet in the little number, and then the big number is your current health.
There it is. Okay, alright. Just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are able to start mounting back up. You're kind of looking around a little dismayed. The two Confederates are just looking at each other and then looking back to you, Peter. Like, dude, do any of you happen to know how to fix an engine?
Oh, I already fixed it. Thorin, try and start it.
I don't even know how you think that.
I mean, yeah, he'll try and start it.
I
I
did
don't
cast
think
mending on it.
this one's gonna require any check. You give it a nice little flip, and it just putters for a little bit, rumbles, then purrs to life and starts idling with a nice little rev up and down.
I'm curious. Is it running better than it was before?
Roll me... Roll me intelligence. Let's see if you know how to tune it as you repaired it.
You used mending on it, and you all readjusted the
Yeah.
timing.
No, I'm not talking about tuning. I'm just curious if there were some broken parts in there to begin with that were like moderately broken that I went through and fixed.
Perhaps. Yeah, give me intelligence.
Ah, yes, you've rejuvenated the O-rings.
Yeah, you get the idea that you did make it run a bit better. There's not quite as much, like, smoke rolling out the back, which is probably a good thing.
Look at that. My job is obsolete.
Obsolescent. Not everybody can do this. There's more machines than there are people with mending.
Just so astounded that mending can work on an engine. It just seems. I mean, surely something would get fused. It baffles me.
As they kind of start to climb back in, the driver looks at you, and you can kind of read on his face, Torn, that he's kind of offering with sort of a look, do you still want to drive?
Torn's gonna narrow his brows at him and then and then grip the wheel.
His eyes kind of dart left, back to you. The passenger will get in and sit down, kind of looking back over the radio, but he'll climb up over the back, and the driver sits where Torn was sitting among you guys.
Torin likes driving. It lets him feel in control. He's probably
Especially
a nervous
after
passenger.
Especially after he mag dumped and nothing happened.
Alexander's going to want to recoup some magic, so he's going to make himself comfortable and take a quick nap.
Alright. Yeah, you guys climb in the back. Everybody's able to mount back up, and we'll shift it on over here back to the world map. Or actually, idle screen. As you guys make a nice, pleasant drive through the woods and the forest. It's quiet. You're occasionally looking over your shoulder for a Ronin somewhere in the south now. Allegedly the patron to the spirit of independence. Shut up. And you guys got a good little while to roll around before you arrive to your destination. The passengers, co-drivers occasionally leaning over and like pointing you at left or right forks which one to take, Torn, as you guys will find yourselves with a little time to drive along.
Just seething.
Who would be sitting on the right side in the back? Gonna look at the
I guess me.
picture.
That's where I was kind of sitting to begin with.
Go back to the screen, see what order we are.
It looks like it would be Alexander, Nikos, and Leroy, who is still asleep. So Alexander and Nikos, both of you give me a perception roll as you're looking past Hachu and Peter sitting across from you. Perception, Alexander. Alexander.
It's like a video game cutscene when you're taking too long.
Yeah. Oh,
Alexander?
He just
Your
DM'd me.
orders,
He had to
sir.
step away. Order, sir. Order, sir.
Alexander?
Are
Are you there?
He had to step away for a
Are
quick
you there?
minute. Luckily, Nico's rolled high enough. It's okay, Silver. I was recording, so you'll be able to see the shenanigans that went down. Yeah, Nikos, you kind of look forward, and for a moment, you're looking past Hachu's head, and you can't tell if it's the rolling hills in the distance, broken up by trees, or if it's the light cresting through it. But for a moment, you swear you can see in in-game images the silhouette of a Ronin on the back of a horse paralleling you guys in the distance before it whinnies on its back hooves, gives a nice prance, and then disappears over the horizon.
Okay. Good. Looks like he actually left now.
He said he's never even left the county.
Well, he left our general area, at least. Or maybe that's some other ridiculous clown we'll have to deal with, like it now.
Hachu, how big are these counties?
That's a stupid joke. It's the county the size of a small county.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Lauren, do you have any idea how big this county is?
Me.
Dan, would I have any idea how big this county is?
I'm doing a quick Google search of the county here. Give me un momento.
That's the size of Clearwater, the city. That is a horrific city map, and I hate it.
Is in Pinellas County. Pinellas County. Clearwater sits in Pinellas County. Currently approximately 110,000 residents, according to the Census Bureau. What is the 608 square miles?
Roll history?
You know what? Yeah, it's got St. Petersburg in it. Yeah, roll the history.
308 square miles.
Damn, yeah, 27.
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh!
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I posted a picture of the borders of Clearwater.
Eh. See, like I said, it's a small county.
That's the city, not the county. There's individual lots that are outside the county, or the city.
Amazing.
It's a very bad
Horrific.
area, but it's cool.
Why the fuck is part of the bridge considered part of the city? What?
It's a land bridge.
That's not how that works.
There's dirt under
Like,
it.
look at this. There's literally individual buildings that are not part of the city.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Genius.
My.
Where else but the Fey Realm to manifest here?
Yeah, the Fey Realm's those empty lots right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that highway is not part of the city either. Along with a barbecue restaurant.
That has got to be some confusing jurisdiction.
Oh, yeah. Because each of those cities have their own police department. However...
Individual neighborhood, except for one house that's an exclave.
As you guys are rolling along, you end up coming through a bit of a thicket. It gets the underlayering of the trees and some of the boggy kind of soil and mud is getting thicker. It's starting to get darker as the canopies get taller and even wider. And you start seeing more and more of that kind of mossy, not very happy borderline bog. It's getting very humid. You're feeling very wet to the touch. And suddenly you hit a clearing where it opens up like a large horseshoe of removed trees and relatively pat down dirt. And you can see a little bit in the distance what looks like a couple maybe farmhouses in the darkness of the canopies. And he kind of instructs you to pull to the side and park. And ahead of you, you guys see what looks like 5 or 6 kind of green military, like GP tents. You see a couple little campfires set up, what looks like 1 or 2 water trucks, handful of military stuff, what looks like a bunch of ladders stacked up, a couple smaller tents that have since fallen down or been closed off, and a handful of grayish-green uniformed soldiers, and some other, arguably would be scientists or maybe important or educated persons walking around in kind of like half-dress suits with a bit of mud going up their legs, trying to stomp through some of the bog. And you see a couple familiar faces, including the Ronin, who is standing there on the back of his horse with the spirit standing next to him, talking
Standing on the back of his horse?
Yeah. He's standing up on the saddle, looking downwards, and he's just kind of got this pose as he's talking down with the spirit standing next to him to what looks like 3 probably Confederate just troopies who are kind of enraptured in something. He seems to be regaling some sort of tale. Just a little bit off from the side of that, you do see Miss Harper once again talking to a very clearly Confederate general with some golden epaulets on his shoulders. And they both kind of look over and see you guys pulling up, and you see a little bit of a smile on her face, but a very raised brow and a flickering mustache on the general's face. As he instructs you to park to the side, and then the 2 of them start walking over with one of the privates following aside him.
Does the Ronin have a sword and bow?
He doesn't have a bow, but he does have a samurai sword and a wakizashi on his right side.
I'm gonna go up to him and in Japanese ask him where his bow is. I'm curious if he can respond.
I will have to continue my story of how I vanquished my evil master to fight for good at another time. Go, Higemaru! And the horse will whinny back as he drops down in the saddle, grabs Independence's hand, yanks her, and rides off as she is just kind of squealing beside him.
Sorry!
The Confederates are looking between you and him, disappearing into the tree line, like, what the fuck?
They don't have insane asylums down here, do they, Hachu?
Not in this region.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll turn to the Confederate soldiers and in Japanese say, I guess he forgot something.
They look at you for a moment, give a small shrug, and start turning back to raising the tent that they were doing before. Musashi will ride again. As you gotta point that out, Torin, yeah, she comes walking up and is walking a little bit quicker. However, you do notice she's not sinking into the mud at all, despite wearing somewhat nicer dress shoes. The general's having a bit of a time in his boots as he sinks in about 2-3 inches with every step. You guys realize you're also in terrain that is doing that. Yeah, they step forward and she gives a nice little smile and nod to all of you. Well, I'll say it's glad to see you all again.
You got here pretty fast.
Likewise.
It's been about an hour.
About 2, but who's counting?
Well, she probably didn't get intercepted by our samurai friend.
I would like to apologize for that. I've been working with some of the spirits, and they do have their persons that sometimes we put up with, sometimes they're less than great choices, but there's no one more independent than him. Well, I see you brought all your gear and equipment, and I hope you're ready to sit down. We can get you caught up on what's going on, and also some new, we'll say, developments that might require me to take leave with one of your friends. The one that seems to be snoozing in the back of the Humvee. Half-track Humvee.
We knocked him unconscious. He wouldn't stop talking.
You did? Oh. So I see
Be more precise. Alexander knocked him unconscious by falling on him.
I thought I asked you all to work together nicely.
Well, we were. You know, until he fell and hit his head on the floor.
You know...
That's literal. We didn't... It wasn't intentional.
He just got bumped into.
Alexander got shot and fell on him, and then he just out.
I'll be able to have a talk with him then, I suppose. Very well. If you have all your supplies and gear with you, we also have plenty of additional that we'll be lending you. If you'll come with me and the good general here, this is General Garrison. We're step into our tent here, and we'll be able to get you all caught up. Perhaps some tea and coffee if you'd like.
General Garrison.
What was that, Thor?
And, you know, I could use with an extra 20 rounds of 30-aught.
I'm sure we can muster that for you. And she'll kind of open her hand, the general give a bit of a nod and kind of look to all of you, then turn, starts walking towards the tent that's got 2 guards in front of it. And she'll just kind of idly wait until all of you are pretty well grabbing your gear and ready to go, and she'll kind of start walking beside you for a while.
Torrance reloading a magazine as he walks.
Makes sense.
Click, 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 click.
So, I suppose all of you are looking forward to getting to see the Pharaoh.
It is an interest.
I will say you're doing something that very, very few have done prior. So you're not only going to be on a bit of a search and rescue mission, you're going to be doing a little bit more than that for, well, the knowledge that we need of what's on the other side of this veil.
I don't know, an entire regiment did beat us to it, so...
Well, what might be left of them.
How long have they been in there?
By our time, just under 2 months.
How well equipped were they for extended operations?
That would be a question for the general once we sit down, but I would imagine they went in with quite a bit of support and baggage underneath them.
Well, I suppose we should sit down then.
I could definitely use a touch of tea. Especially after having to listen to... Is he going by Musashi now?
Something like that.
In Japanese. I'm going to say that's what it seems like.
Him in the head.
She just gives a little bit of a snicker and kind of a nod. And the tent flaps will be held open for you. And you got a nice long table, a couple map boards to either side, large map kind of laid out of the town and local region. And the general's sitting down, 2 other officers are sitting beside him. Emmeline walks in and instantly goes towards the coffee and tea table and will fix herself up a little tea. And then goes and takes a seat beside the other officers, leaving a couple seats open for you guys. There's like a couple kind of dry biscuits and then some tea and coffee sitting by. The tables the chairs are those little wooden unfolding chairs, almost like picnic chairs. But a proper, like, metal table.
Torrance gonna make himself some tea, and we're gonna slide a hand and take a handful of sugar cubes without being noticed.
Roll me stealth.
Why are you already trying? Why are you always trying to hide how many sugar cubes you take?
Torn once again takes a offensive...
Because it's an impolite amount, and he doesn't want to be impolite.
Obviously.
Add 12 sugar cubes to your inventory.
12 sugar cubes left pocket.
Thorin drinking syrup.
Pretty much.
No, those are going into tea. Those are going in his pocket. Sorry.
Alexander's going to groggily walk into the tent.
You see everybody's either getting coffee or tea. Torrin seems to be grabbing just a handful of sugar cubes as there's 3 Confederate officers and the nice kind of ghostly lady that you saw earlier, Miss Harper, sitting down as well at this long kind of military briefing table.
I'm going to grab some tea. The hottest that I can get.
It's all fresh and hot. There's a little burner underneath it, so it's proper, nice, hot tea.
Oh, do they got the like,
Yes,
little fucking
firebolt.
candle burner thing going? Just
The little kind of chemical burner that sits on the little tripod underneath it to keep it nice and warm, yeah.
Well, I'm going to grab my cup, and I'm going to have burning hands to make it nice and hotter. I drink it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're triple steeping
Poor-
that thing as the cup heats up in your hands a little bit and you take a nice little pleasant sip under your hat.
Poor little military canteen, literally melting.
Aw. Yeah, everyone's able to get some coffee and tea or a bunch of sugar. And eventually you guys are all shown to your seats and able to be sat down. And the general and 2 officers and Miss Harper kind of look across the table to the 5 of you. Well, I suppose you probably have a few questions, and we also have a general briefing to give, so perhaps the briefing and then any questions that you need us to clarify on, we'll do what we can. General kind of leans forward a little bit, stands up, and puts his hands on the edge of the map that's sprawled across, and you realize it's of the local region. It's got a couple little flag pin markers stuck
Right.
into it.
Right quick, Liam, what's the name of this actual mission?
The name of this mission, according to the mission board, is... let me double check. Ever the Glade Ferry Gate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Naming it properly in my notes.
Oh, good. He kind of leans forward, looks over to all of you, raises a little bit of a brow, looks to her with a little bit of speculation. She just gives a very content, pleasant nod of assurance. Very well. She's already introduced me, but General Garrison, 334th Alabama Rifle Company. Why is a general leading a company? Well, we have an abundance of officers, and we get assigned to some of the smallest and most useless duties down here.
I'm sorry, are you leading the missing company?
I wasn't. My son, Captain Garrison, took the rifle company through the gate on what was to be only a couple days' voyage to see what was on the other side. I'll start from the beginning. The army, was approached by the fairies of the Vale, who requested additional arms and help with combating these various, what they were calling rips in the Vale. We refer to them more so as portals or entrances, where, as I'm sure you can imagine, the barrier between the fairy realm, the Fae, and ours is routinely torn asunder or simply drops. These fairies are rather powerful and have made it their life's purpose and duty to somewhat sacrifice their immortality to remain on this side of the Veil so that they can continue sealing said breaches and fighting whatever creatures come through. With our cooperation, we've been rather successful in repelling most of these attacks and breaches, except for this one. All of them have been spontaneous and random, except for this one. It seems to be on a almost predictable pattern. It will open for no more than 10 minutes before it will close on its own. However, it is the largest opening that we have been able to see. You can imagine how a large opening for 10 minutes to the Fey Realm at any random position would be less than savory.
What are the intervals of that?
anywhere from, what was it, Miss Harper, 40 to 48 hours? She kind of gives a nod. About every 40 to 48 hours, and for about 10 minutes.
That's huge.
Quite so. Once we realized that this one was on an interval as compared to all the other spontaneous ones, I was notified and approached by the particular fairies to send them with a combat team to investigate through this portal, see if perhaps there is a device or mechanism that caused this one to be repetitive compared to the others. You see, from our understanding, most of the veils, when they are opened, we use the term torn open sort of lightly, somewhat wrongly, if you will. Some beasts and monsters make it their point to purposefully break the veil where they sense it is weak, so that they can wreak havoc and attack. Others simply stumble through by accident. Some fall through, as there's no real knowing when and how it's going to open. And it leads to some unfortunate events. This one, though, is continually opening, and it's, I would say, maybe about a third of each time it opens, creatures of a less than savory bunch make their way through and attempt to attack the local town and kidnap. Once they realize that the portal is closed behind them and not having the patience to wait for it to open again, they will often be rid of whoever they may have captured or stolen before disappearing themselves somewhere into the Everglades. I'm sure you can see how this is a problem.
I presume you've cordoned the area.
Very much so. We have the guards and a local detachment of the Everglades fairies. I believe one of them were actually working with the OSS for a short time.
Yes.
They are personally tasked with responding to this portal whenever it should open. However, curiosity seems to have gotten the better of the army, who opted to send a light rifle company through from Alabama, particularly the 334th. My light rifle company. My son, Captain Garrison, with, I believe it was 60 men, 10 horses, 4 carriages, 2 guide dogs, 3 ferry scouts, and 10 of the local Hawked Fusiliers made their way through.
I'm gonna need you to DM that to me.
Yep. I will put it in in-game images. Bam. 60 men, 10 horses with some carriages, 2 dogs, 3 of the Fairyvale scouts, and 10 Hawked Fusiliers made their way through with the intent of setting up camp and establishing a perimeter with normally rotating scouting parties to investigate further into the Fey Realm and bring back information. After the first couple intervals of them not returning, we did attempt to send another group through, who, as soon as the portal opened again, all of them returned through, stating that the realm was highly hostile, and everything in the region was uncooperative. So, we realized we may need a more magically combative and capable team. Hence, our request of the United States and their OSS with Mr. Donovan to task yourselves to us, which he assures us you are quite capable with magic and benign creatures.
To a fair degree, I'd say so. We faced our number of benign creatures.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'll allow Miss Harper here to give the other details of your mission and what the side tasking will be. And he kind of sits down and rubs his mustache a little. She'll stand up, walk to the head of the table, takes a little sip of her tea. Well, I am glad to see you all here. And the first point of why I am here, I didn't realize until I actually realized that Mr. Copeland was with your company. I will be whisking him away, as my compatriots and fellow investors do wish to speak to him. Now, don't worry, we're not going to be shaving his mustache, we're not going to be rude to him, but we are going to be taking him to Jacksonville, and there will be some very hefty lifting and offers being made to him as far as the financial security of, well, the Confederacy.
I don't know. Shaving his mustache would be funny.
It would be, but we would like to stay on his good side. Since he is asleep, and I can only assume he has not transpired any, well, of his background to you, I can only imagine you're rather curious of it, as I was when I found out.
I sort of am, especially when you have, like, I can't even explain what those guys were when they confronted us not even a little bit ago.
Well, I will sum up a little bit without showing too much of who and what he was, but when I was just I believe I was maybe 4 or 5 at the time, there was a pirate around Texas and Louisiana and Alabama, went by the name of Lafitte. He was rather profound and one of the last great pirates, most would say. His treasurer of his exploits was a gentleman by the name of Blakely John Benjamin Copeland. And he was a rather good one at that. Lafitte wanted to retire himself and his crew upon finishing their piracy days, and Mr. Benjamin Copeland was the best at inventing and figuring new ways to inspire the U.S. government and the Spanish government to start making new ways to invest money and start inspiring banks on how to consider what interest was.
Alright.
You see, Lafitte had found a rather large hoard. This hoard consisted of gold of many different nations. It was on Galveston Island, in what's currently known as Texas, where he set up his little base camp. Well, a little later into his exploits, and to my understanding and some of my research, Lafitte died in a battle with some Spanish merchant ships that he mistook as not merchant ships. You see, he was working for the Spanish Navy at the time to raid merchant ships not belonging to them. In the confusion and blunder of it, most would tell you that he died in battle. However, some would suggest that he was killed. He didn't die fighting, and in fact the reason that their ship was sunk and they lost is because Mr. Copeland shot him in the back, taking what crew could be loyal to him, and disappearing with that gold hoard, Lafitte's gold hoard, somewhere into the south. There is suggestion and consideration that he took on a new name and used that gold to invest in other various things to eventually make what we know as the Copeland Gold, the Copeland family. I'm sure you're aware of how invested they are in most of the southern infrastructure and mercantile. That's where the finances get a little bit gray, if you will. You see, my family name was rather invested in what some would know as the Confederate gold hoard that went missing right in the middle of the Civil War. Allegedly, it disappeared somewhere in northern Texas. Now, my late husband, along with Coyote and a handful of others, did attempt to search for this gold at one point in time, with the aid of the Spirit of Justice and her patron, the Lone Rider. as well as the Spirit of Independence, who made it her main purpose to track down this gold, to the benefit of the Confederacy. Well, they never did find it. You can see how the consideration and sort of speculation that the lost Confederate gold hoard is that same gold hoard that Mr. Benjamin Copeland stole from Lafitte and hid for himself to be invested elsewhere. I personally can't say, and
Seems
I would
a
like to
conflict
find
of interest, doesn't it?
very much so. I personally would like to find out if the Confederate gold hoard actually still exists, as you can imagine, the Treasurer Secretary of the Confederacy. It's rather in our best interest to find that gold so that we can invest it and utilize it. However, if the entirety of that gold hoard does lay within a single family's investments,
Surprise, motherfucker.
then that family's investments will need to be possibly worked with or perhaps collected on.
This is an ownership dispute.
Very much so. Which brings up the question whether the Copelands are of the Confederacy or if the Confederacy is of the Copelands.
Oh, that's a can of worms.
Very much so. And we are trying to get to the bottom of it. Which is why, once he does arrive from his nap that he seems to be taking, I will be whisking him away while we look into this, and perhaps with Musashi's help and independence, we may be able to actually find this gold hoard, whether it be scattered amongst multiple banks or still buried somewhere in Galveston Island or somewhere nearby.
And you suspect he'll help you do this?
Well, considering Pride is looking for a patron, it may be in his interest to aid us.
Torn's just gonna lean back and cross his arms.
Leroy, are you with us, sir?
Bro joins and falls asleep immediately.
Instantly.
I am no.
You end up kind of stirring awake, realizing you bumped your head when a small black fuzzy goatling bumped into you and knocked you back as you knocked your head on the side of the bench in the back of the half track that you guys are riding in. And you find yourself waking up. Yeah, your head kind of hurts, and you're waking up in the back of the half track, sitting in the middle of a Confederate military encampment somewhere in the overgrown Everglades.
Why does my head feel like it's been put through the ringer?
Welcome back to the land of the living.
It was such a nice dream, too. Piles of gold in a vault, and you could just swim in it.
Every time I hear that, I just think of that Family Guy episode where he tries to dive into the gold like Scrooge McDuck and just dies.
Shatters
Breaks
his arm.
all his bones.
I thought he'd be dreaming of charcuterie.
You're eventually shown your way to the head tent where you see a general and two officers sitting at the end of the table with Miss Harper, who's speaking to the rest of the party that's sitting down enjoying coffee and tea. She gives a bit of a smile to you. Ah, Miss Copeland. I'm glad you can join us.
There's a brief moment where there's a reflexive coming to attention moment, but not quite. I'm just kind of catching myself before I do. It's like I'm not in the Navy anymore. Hello. I seem to have been injured, hurt myself. I don't know. I was taking a very nice nap and come to and find my head's got a head on it.
So I've been
a crazy man who is was pretending to be a cowboy and is now pretending to be a samurai, hit you in the face with Alexander.
I'm looking at him kind of quizzically. The devil is a samurai.
It's like a Japanese knight.
And I'm just kind of looking around, like, trying to wrap my head, which is still very groggy and in pain, by the way. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it because huh?
That's exactly how I
look
feel.
around the table.
You hit your face
I
on
think
the
that's how
ground and it
everyone
knocked you
feels.
out.
Well, feel free to get
Can I
yourself
check
some
him to make sure
coffee,
he doesn't
too.
have a concussion or something?
You can look and generally tell he's not got a concussion, but it was a good bonk, for sure.
Furry demon does hurt.
She gives a little bit of a smile and nod. I was just expounding upon the illustrious history of the Copeland name.
And you did that without me. For shame, my lady.
Well, they all seem to be interested, and it would seem...
Technically, you were here.
Technically, I was not on this plane of existence, sir.
Well, in short enough time,
Bickering.
The others-
Peter, despite company.
the others might not be on this plane of existence for at least a little while.
Oh, how reassuring.
Well, the Fey realm is another realm, another plane of existence, if you will.
Yeah, I get the joke.
She gives a little bit of a smile. So, with that in mind, and me respectfully whisking away Mr. Copeland for some future financial endeavors and discussions as we look for your family's, well, possible gold hoards. I can't imagine your father or grandfather were very talkative on the subject, but we have found a way that we may be able to consult with Mr. Lafitte to find this lost treasure, as allegedly he seems to be missing somewhere in Brazil.
I kind of look around a little shiftily at that. Don't say shit.
Regardless, with me taking Mr. Copeland with me for a while, I will inform you what wondrous company I believe you call yourselves will be looking into and doing. And
Torin is suspiciously side-eyeing Leroy, but it's not suspicion at him. It's like just suspicion in his direction, if that makes sense.
yeah. That makes sense. I can actually kind of picture that.
The
Do I
trying to
perce-
make eye contact kind of.
Do I
thing.
perceive him doing this?
Are you trying to hide it, Torn, or are you making it pretty apparent?
It's the kind of suspicion you want seen, so he's not trying to hide it.
Yeah, you won't have to roll for it. You can see it clear as day.
Okay, I'm ignoring his attempt to give me the lazy eye as it goes from Five Goes West, and I'm just taking my monocle and rubbing it with a handkerchief and putting it back on and affecting a very dignified "Thou art beneath me" air.
Yeah, he got that point across.
She kind of looks between all of you to touch back on the basis, just to make sure it's firmly planted. General Garrison's son, the captain, led a light rifle company through the gate. 60 men, 10 horses, 2 dogs, 3 of our ferry scouts, and 10 of our fusiliers have not reported back for almost 2 months. And the 2 attempts we have made to send another party after them, granted they were not of any magical persuasion, resulted in both of them returning as quickly as possible with grievous injuries and even a handful of missing soldiers. Which is why we need you. However, this will double as 2 missions. Not only are you looking to search for and rescue the 334th, you will also be acting as the first official cartographers of any actual government to step into the Fey realm. We know not of its terrain, of its details, of some of its botany. Even so much of that, we're not too concerned with the wildlife and the plants and botany and perhaps the physics of it, but more so the general terrain and layout. Since this portal seems to keep opening, the hope in theory is it keeps opening within the same rough area. Which means the more we know about the other side of the area, the more we can plan better to establish some sort of actual foothold on the other side. At the very least, to preemptively stop any further incursions.
Are you planning to invade the Fey realm?
No. Simply set up a fort around the repeatedly opening gate until we can find a way for this fissure to be permanently closed, which I am assured the fairies are looking into on a nearly daily basis.
Saying the fairies can't even figure it out.
They know how to seal smaller fissures, not one this big. With that all being said, once you step through the gate with the 10-minute window that you will have, it will close behind you, in which case you will be without contact or aid or support by even magical means unless you have a way to send message via magical connection to different planes and realms. In addition to that, we will be providing you with 3 weeks of food, a horse, and a carriage to carry the food and additional ammunition that you may need for your current equipment and arms.
I wouldn't mind taking that half-track in there.
You see, that requires fuel. And fuel does eventually run out, and we have enough fear and worry of weapons and munitions and personnel already being left on the other side, let alone leaving an entire vehicle.
So you've lost over 60 men on that side and all of their arms, but you're worried about a singular half-track.
We're already worried about what kind of influence this very magical realm that seems to corrupt what steps over there can do just to persons, let alone machinery and mechanitry and the like. We're trying to be hesitant and careful, lest some mechanical abomination finds its way through.
Yes, hesitant and careful. That's been this operation this far.
We've been trying. You see, we have a very limited understanding of the Fey realm. What seems to be perhaps 100 miles among the Fey, perhaps is only 10 inches in our realm. And what seems to only be a foot in our realm sometimes can act as if it was perhaps 1,000 miles in our realm. It doesn't seem to act on the same planar ranges and differences as we would know them. And we can only imagine the day and night cycle there is even worse. With distance and time being as relative and scattered as it is, a day there could perhaps be months. For the 2 months that they've been missing to us, it may have already been 20 years on their end. We're unsure.
Which direction is the time dilation in? This is my main concern.
That's what we don't quite know. We assume it is much more sped up on their side of the realm.
So, we're not going to have one of those particular situations where, I come back to a world that's no longer my own.
Unless you should decide to stay for a year, that shouldn't be a problem or an issue.
Well, specifically, if we're speaking of time dilation, a year would not correlate to a year out here. That's what I'm saying. You've sent people in before. In what direction is the time dilation? Because if it's in the direction of... I don't want to come back here 20 years later.
The two successful teams that most of which did return, according to them, while it was only 48 hours, 2 days for us, they had made some claims that it was upwards of 3 to 4 days for them, at least from what they could measure with the sun passing overhead, or what they thought was the sun.
Alright, my fears have been satiated, thank you.
Don't worry, you won't come stepping through and 1,000 years have gone by, at least from our understanding as it is. We're also hoping, yourselves being of a diplomatic bunch, perhaps might be able to make some friends, or perhaps even consult with those who aren't of a hostile intent on the other side. And perhaps might be able to lend some aid, which is why we're going to be giving you some additional items to perhaps use as a non-detrimental trade. A couple gold bars, a little bit of silver. We do have the understanding that iron is rather a commodity there.
You know what's made of iron?
She kind of looks to you questioningly.
Wanna take a guess?
Bullets.
Half track?
My bullets are made of copper and lead.
The general kind of leans his head a little bit. We're not sacrificing additional equipment and cargo. We are trying to make as little of a footprint as possible. However, if you would like a half-track, I must remind you, the amount of fuel that those utilize do not make them effective without a nearly equal-sized wagon train behind them of reserves and parts and fuel.
Thorn's just gonna roll his eyes.
Wait, are you suggesting that we use a half track as some sort of bargaining collateral? That doesn't really seem practical at all.
No, I was just trying to get some leeway to get what I wanted.
I'm stretching the definition here, but since there are mechanical beings that presumably run off oil, could I use create food and water to create gasoline?
Oof.
The robotic kin do not drink oil. They're not the Iron Giant.
Hey, does create food and water work to create vodka?
Food and water, not vodka. You can grate the potatoes.
I was about to say, just, hey Peter, can we have some more 80 proof, some more like 190 proof, please? Yeah, thanks.
Where's my fermented potatoes? Oh man. He kind of looks to all of you and shakes his head just a little bit, but there's a little bit of a entertained smile there, and he looks back to Miss Harper. Well, we will see if we can perhaps get you some transport, but we would like to make it as mobile as possible, which is why a four-wheeled carriage and a horse seems to be of your best interest. As a worst-case scenario...
Carriage wheel through the mud.
Yes, actually.
Case point.
He's gonna lean back and cross his arms again.
One of the officers looks to you. Have you ever tried to undig a half-track that buried itself in 3 feet of mud?
Why would you bury it?
When it digs itself in.
Yeah, don't put it in that situation.
Kind of looks to Miss Harper with a raised brow. Mr. Levencroft, I must elaborate to you the terrain, to our understanding of what we have seen, and by the accounts of the fairies, makes the Everglades seem like a park walk.
Alright, you're protecting your government's assets, I get it.
The plants are carnivorous, the sky is hostile, the sun will attempt to attack you, allegedly, and the soil seems to move on its own and be of a living feature sometimes.
How exactly does the sun attack you?
They failed to elaborate before he ended up taking his own life in a fit of supposedly sun-induced madness.
Lovely.
That's a new one.
Sounds like a nice vacation spot. I can't wait.
We don't send you into this lightly. If anything, we're very hesitant, but you can understand how we simply can't give up without trying our best attempt to at least figure out what happened to the men of the 334th before they went missing. The intention is, once the portal opens, to have you step through with 3 weeks of supplies, carriage, horse, and additional weapons and what ammunition you can carry on you and stash on that cart, where you will then act as cartographers, not only tracking down the whereabouts or happenings of the company and accounting for as much of them as possible, while also getting a lay of the land and drawing out what the terrain looks like, as well as taking notes on perhaps some other things of particular importance.
Did anyone come back with any pictures of the Fey Realm?
She kind of reaches down to a folder, opens it, and you can see there's a couple of slow printed pictures that came out. And she holds one up to you. A little ways back in teasers, particularly an Everglades diary entry, you'll see what looks like a swirled, warped imagery of the back of some soldiers walking down a kind of winding path. But the picture and the persons and everything almost looks like it's swirling and blurring and like kind of being spaghettiified in the picture. Photography doesn't seem too friendly to a realm that's constantly unstable.
Lucky for you, I'm a pretty decent cartographer.
I don't think it's a problem of the camera or the cameraman. I think it's a problem of the realm itself isn't stable.
I said cartographer.
I'm not sure how much cartography is going to matter in a realm where the ground moves.
I suppose we'll see, won't we?
According to some of the fairies who are from various different realms of the Fey realm, a lot of your larger land masses don't tend to move. Mountains, larger forests, some of the deserts don't seem to shift significantly or in any way of drastic importance. Only enough to maybe overtake a small village or perhaps a tree that had been there for a while. You find it a few feet to the side the next time you visit it. But from what we have gathered, it doesn't seem to be significant enough, but just enough that most of your attempts at normal land navigation will be a little bit hindered.
Great.
I will say, before you find yourselves too discouraged, the Fae have assisted us with a non-magnetic compass that operates via magic. Whatever realm it's in, it will give you what they call true magical north. And she kind of slides the compass across, and you realize magnetic north and true north. And this one seems to point... It acts as if true north is magnetic north on this compass. And it's occasionally doing a little spiral. And then it kind of shifts to the left and kind of bobs to the right a little bit. And then goes stiff. And then spins counterclockwise twice. When it's on another plane or realm, it works much better, I can promise.
Would we have, like, maybe some sort of, like, enchanted clock or something like that so we can manage our time a little wisely? I think it'd be a good idea to have some sort of reference to the actual time compared to the time inside the realm, since the rest of the party kind of voiced some sort of concern about it.
That does sound handy.
She blinks a couple times. I hadn't thought of that, actually. Perhaps giving each of you a watch would suffice.
But would it be affected by the, I don't know, magic inside the realm, or would
That's where we're entirely unsure.
Wonderful. Guinea pigs.
Time is abstract anyways.
Perhaps...
I wouldn't use the term guinea pigs. I would use the term... I believe Mr. Levencroft Sr. may have been rather proud of it. Explorers. foragers. Now, what's another word that would perhaps sound more...
Experiments.
Manifest destiny.
Perhaps.
If no one says anything, Torin's gonna take the compass.
Perhaps
think
could we
anyone's
also...
fighting that.
I was going to suggest to take it anyway. Perhaps we could get some amulets of tongues so that we can speak with anyone easily we encounter.
I probably should have asked this beforehand. Do any of you happen to speak perhaps Elvish or any of the sub-dialects?
Yes,
I could speak Celestial.
I keep forgetting the name of the fairy language.
Should be in your languages.
I listed it as temp somewhere, but I keep... I did.
I'm not exactly fluent, but I can speak Sylvan.
Oh. Well, that'll definitely be helpful. Possibly all the more reason to perhaps befriend one or two critters if you feel you can trust them to assist you. But you are correct. We may be able to look into getting you a reference guide to at least do some quick translations, as I don't feel we have the magical ability to imbue you with Sylvan.
Yeah, can we have a machine gun?
Do you not already have two?
I got a machine gun.
Something to mount on the wagon like a Tachanka?
She squints a
Or
little
heavier
bit.
weight?
I wasn't quite thinking mounting, just, a general utility.
You kind of looks at the general, who kind of seems a bit perplexed at that. You have more automatic weapons among the six of you than the entire company had.
Yes, well, listen, I left my machine gun on the plane, and I've run into situations more often than not where a machine gun has proved very helpful, and I'd rather have one and not need one than need one and not have one.
Do you not follow the doctrine of superior firepower in every situation?
I thought we were supposed to be diplomatic. Wouldn't you think a giant machine gun would be kind of... Well, I guess there is the bigger stick initiative as well.
If you're
I do want to
looking,
be diplomatic. It's if diplomacy fails, I want a machine gun.
then you rely on your magic and the weaponry you already have.
I'll buy a machine gun off you.
Can we perhaps get cavalry swords for everyone who does not have a melee weapon? You should. Surely you have some in stockpile somewhere.
We do. We can see to that. As far as machine guns go, the best we might be able to offer would be one of our water-cooled 1918s.
I'll take it.
Do you realize it's a 60-pound water tank attached to that needs to be carried for it to operate?
We'll mount it to the wagon.
Doesn't need to have
Have you never heard of a
all the
Tachanka?
time.
The wagon's already going to be rather substantially held down unless you're looking to sacrifice some of the food.
I'll take the water-cooled machine gun without the water.
It
Create
will
water. Now we can
overheat
use the machine gun.
far too
I'll put
quickly.
water in it later.
We don't know if the water is actually water there.
Does it conduct thermal energy?
I mean, I can always just create some water.
And you're sure
It is
that
a
works in
container.
the Fey realm?
We're not sure anything works in the Fey realm,
Neither
so we
are
might
we.
as well go full bore.
Look, let the logistics of thermal transition be my problem. Can I have the machine gun?
How much money do you have?
How much do you want?
Well, I'd say your average one, with a tank of water and perhaps 1,000 rounds. 150. I feel like I can explain enough paperwork away for how we simply just dropped one into the Fey realm by accident.
You take 100,
150.
120.
This is not a bargain, Mr. Levencroft.
I know it's been used, okay?
150.
Roll charisma.
Roll me charisma.
Oh, 8.
That's a 19 without modifiers. He raises a brow, crosses his arms a little bit. Do I look like a supply sergeant?
I mean, I can spot you 15 if you need it.
This guy's just nickel and diming me. He wants us to go into the Fey realm, but he's being cheap about it. 150.
With the swords, can we get a handgun for Alexander here?
You're making quite a few requests for somebody that I was assured was already equipped for this sort of mission.
I could have
Fey realm.
sworn. Could have sworn.
I'm gonna literally light my finger on fire. It's like,
Why, you guys don't think I have the capability to handle myself?
And how did that work when we were facing?
Someone had a pistol already.
And how did that
Jog
work
moment.
when we were facing someone who could counterspell every single attack?
Hey, I was able to counter him eventually. Just needed to distract him.
If you don't want it, I can't force you. I am making you carry a short sword or something, though, just in case.
I think a short sword would be, like, taller than I am, wouldn't you think?
Give him a bayonet. That's just a machete for him.
I could suffice with that, I suppose.
He looks at the lieutenant beside him, who goes forward to the notepad, writes down water-cooled, 1918, 1,000 rounds,
17.
or 1917. Then writes underneath it, 1 pistol, 4 swords. Would there be anything else that you need then?
How do the Fae feel about tobacco?
They kind of look at Emmeline, who gives a little bit of a head tilt. You see,
According to Lucky Strikes.
you are the first ones to be going in, aside from some of our military, to actually figure these things out.
According to Lucky Strikes, then.
How do the fairies that are here feel about tobacco?
They seem to avoid it. We've not asked them. They haven't tried.
Yeah, add according to Lucky Strikes to that list.
She gives a nod and he'll write down Carton of Lucky Strikes.
Good thought, Peter.
Like I said, you're going to be the first ones in, not only mapping the region, but investigating and looking around for the missing company and the Fusiliers, and attempting to establish perhaps some less than hostile relations. It's going to be new for all of you. Everything you encounter is largely going to be the very first time it's been encountered by anybody of our realm, save for a handful of people in legend who went insane from such an occurrence.
Speaking of, there isn't a chance you can get us a copy of the Voight manuscript before we go, is there?
I'm sorry? Yes, there's multiple copies of a very sought-after book that some suggest don't even exist.
It never hurts to
I have a
ask.
spare copy just in my library right now.
It never hurts to ask.
You wouldn't have to happen to have the actual manuscript then, of course, right?
No, if I did, this wouldn't be a problem and we wouldn't be needing to find a capable team to track down missing persons. The one other note that we have been able to find is, according to the fairies, who most all of which hail from the Summer Realm, you will be landing in the Autumn Realm. they don't have as much experience there. So they don't know entirely what to give a heads up for or what to expect. You won't experience different seasons, as according to them, there is 4 different corners to the Fey Realm, each corner showing a different sort of seasonal effect. So you won't need to dress too heavily or too lightly. We'll see you to those supplies, and I would say, Lieutenant, about how long until the next portal opening should be occurring? And he finishes scribbling on the paper. To my understanding, ma'am, perhaps another 3 to 4 hours. Well, that gives you time to take a bit of a rest while we look to your supplies, kit up your wagon, and have you ready to step on your way once the portal should open. Hopefully you won't need to actually go through 3 weeks of supplies, but we'd rather be safe than sorry.
Always. Hence the machine gun.
That does make sense. She'll give a nod to the 2 lower officers who will stand up, give a salute, excuse themselves, and go walking out to start looking to those supplies and hooking things up. And she gets a little more relaxed, sits down in one of their seats, and just kind of looks to all of you. Well, I guess the final question. Are any of you besides Mr. Copeland looking at hanging back?
Not for the world.
Someone has to go.
I will state that, at least for the foreseeable future, this won't be something that we'll be able to simply just flaunt loud and publicly. But, in time, your works and findings will be released at a government level properly, and should you wish it, and if the OSS should allow it, we can look to see that some of you are at least mentioned or noted as the mappers and cartographers to have gone on this journey. We can do that, at least that much.
Yeah, recognition has always just been overrated, honestly.
There's some among you who may wish to expand upon their already impressive family lineage.
All good things come in time. If that time takes 10 years, so it takes 10 years.
She gives a bit of a smile and nod, stands back up, takes her tea, and will look to the general who stands up, gives a bit of a nod to all of you assuringly. We'll see to that equipment and readying your carts. Feel free to occupy the tent beside where the half-track parked. Get yourself some rest, some food, and again, thank you for undertaking this voyage to find our missing men. And both of them turn and walk their way out. Outside the entrance of the flap, you guys will be able to see where the other tent that you guys will be able to go to and rest at, where should you choose to rest there, you'll be able to get a rest, consider it a full rest to recharge magic, health. You can also see just outside of it a proper, all brown military horse is being affixed to a 4-wheeled, kind of lower sides flatbed wagon that is being loaded down with some additional supplies, weaponry, gear, food. You also see, if one of you wants to put in your party notes, a 1917 water-cooled machine gun on a permanently affixed tripod, and a
permanently affixed tripod. What?
It's being bolted to the bed of the wagon.
Give that shit a quick disconnect. That shit needs a pull pin.
The machine gun will have a pull pin, but the tripod is being affixed to
okay,
the wagon.
Okay. I was about to say,
you can pull the pin and carry that if you want to, but the tripod itself is going to be bolted in.
That's reasonable.
I think only Nikos can do that.
Yeah, mine. Pink.
This
You
is
see,
the arc where Nikos picks up a machine gun for the first time. It just
Oh no, it was Barcelona on a bunch of Fae.
he's fucking hip firing it. Just
Because he's made of water, it doesn't burn his hand away.
Torrent standing there feeding the
He's
bell.
actively cooling the machine gun by holding the water jacket.
Good
Water.
God.
Create water. Create water.
Can also add 1,000 rounds for that, and somewhere in your guys' notes as a collective thing, you can put 2 full resupplies long rest of munitions. So you will have 2 long rests worth of restocking your ammo to the current capacity it is now on your sheets. So whenever you guys set up camp or do take a long rest, essentially only 2 of those long rests will you be able to vote and toggle. We want this to be a resupply long rest, in which case you will be able to fully resupply your ammo to the numbers that it is at currently on your sheets. However, as far as food and things of that sort go, you're going to have plenty of it for about 3 weeks worth. But you also got the 1917, 1,000 rounds for that, the little water basin next to it, hooked up to it on a tripod, and a carton of Lucky Strikes.
That's gonna come in handy, I swear to God.
Somehow. However,
Yeah,
you
we
guys
start-
find yourselves left in the tent. The 6 of you kind of looking to each other, realizing, got a few hours to rest, accumulate, talk, discuss, perhaps figure out before the supposed window when the next portal will open.
Torrent's gonna take this time to go and try to requisition some alcohol, which he forgot to ask for.
How are you
I'm
gonna
gonna-
do that?
I'm gonna
Don't
check
forget your
out the
biscuits.
horse and find out the horse's name.
You can't talk to horses.
I can
Get
still
biscuits.
ask the horse's handler.
Fair. How Torrent is... Well, he's gonna look for where the alcohol might be, and we're gonna go from there.
Alright, give me a investigation, Torn. As Peter, you go walking over, and you look at the horse that's connected to it. One of the corporals walking beside that's helping stash the gear kind of looks over to you. Well, what can I do for you, sir?
Time to look at our horse.
Oh,
Anything I should know?
she's a good horse. She listens. She completely desensitized and trained to gunfire. And if you yell it loud enough, she will dive to the ground for cover. Granted,
What's her
she's
name?
not hooked up to it. I personally call her 1 Ton, but her government issue name is 123. And you can see where it says CSAC 123 on her hip stamp.
1 ton, is that Chinese?
1 Ton is short for 123, which is her technically military barcode number.
1 ton, 1 ton.
1 Ton. 1 Ton. She doesn't talk back much, doesn't fight, doesn't get in a fray or scurry or try to run, and as long as she's not hooked up, we have trained her at least well enough to get low to the ground. She should serve
in
you
the
pretty
notes
well.
now. Horse trained to dive for cover.
Kind of pats her twice and goes back to stashing some more of the gear on the cart. Thorin, with that investigation, you're looking around and you see a handful of the Confederate troops walking around have normal military canteen or 2 canteens on some of their old webbing gear. That kind of tan thatched with like the metal cap on the shinier gray cup that detaches from it. However, you do see a couple of them are walking that seem to have a cork and kind of skin, I guess you would say larger flask attached to string hanging from some of their shoulders, kind of part of their gear.
Hey, you two.
Ah, Oh, hi, Kobold.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I outrank you, but no worries. What's
Oh,
in
you outrank me, do you?
That's Major Kobold to you.
You outrank me. Get a hold of this. This Kobold thinks he outranks me here. What's your rank, son?
I forgot.
We established a long time ago everyone here except Leroy is a major, and Leroy, I think, is a lieutenant colonel.
Yeah.
I'm not a major. I'm only a sergeant.
He's
'Cause I'm an
Alexander's only a
officer.
sergeant.
I'm a prior officer. I got
Yeah.
experience.
I'm also
I
a
am
general,
too.
technically.
Yeah.
I'm still an administrative assistant by heart, though, and I'll still continue to identify
No, you're
as
not a-
such.
You're not a general. You're a strategos.
Same
Same
Which
thing.
is actually closer
yeah.
to field marshal.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Semantics. But, yeah, he kind of looks to you, Torn, waiting for that answer.
Major, technically. What's in the flasks?
Yeah, a major. What, United States? U.S. Army?
Don't let anybody be an officer these days.
Again, technically.
Hmm.
US
What are you in
Army,
charge of?
Confederate
Things on the
Army,
bottom
British
shelf?
Army.
Damn.
I like
Damn.
this guy.
Give me a perception check, Torn. You look at his sleeve.
Leroy needs to be buddy with this one.
You look at his sleeve, and you can see the other two just have 3 stripes, and they're holding clipboards. He has 3 stripes on top, 4 rockers underneath, and a Confederate star in the middle.
You can't spring that on me after.
Oh, yes, you can.
That is cheating.
That's like
called
when
being
Butter.
a DM.
That's when Butterbars walks into the sergeant, the command sergeant or sergeant major's office and says, "Salute me, motherfucker."
Lieutenant's like, but you're supposed to salute me. Nah. You salute me, bitch.
Yeah, Torn is just going to sigh, plant his face in his hand, and go,
Well, I have egg on my face now, I suppose.
No, you don't, sir. But next time. So what is this that you're asking for?
You have alcohol, I want to buy it off you and go into the Fey realm.
Alcohol. He looks at the 2 sergeants, and you can see on their faces, this is some officer here to crash our party and see if we slip up. He's a narc. And they all kind of put a little bit of a shoulder to you. Unfortunately, sir, our company is completely alcohol-free while in the field.
Yes, of course. Now, do you want money or not?
I'm gonna have him roll insight. He turns square onto you, crosses his arms, and almost kind of squats down, almost to your level. You hear a couple cracks in the knees. How much are you offering, Major?
$10.
The small, short growing of a smile that turns into a smirk kind of looks up at the sergeant. After a moment, the sergeant gives a quick nod, goes walking away real quick. We'll slowly stand back up with a bit of a groan. Allow him just a minute. The sergeant will be back with what you need, Major.
Of course, thank you.
So I assume
hey, that's
you're
a lot of money in this time. By
one
the
of
way.
those. Oh yeah, I'm assuming you're one of them magic types that are going through the portal that keeps opening.
Yes, the term is specialist, I believe.
Something to numb the pain before you get gobbled up by some giant plant over there, I suppose.
Just in case. Yeah, a bit of a de-stressor, perhaps a bargaining chip, perhaps a means of inflammation. We'll see. Alcohol has many uses.
Molotov. Yeah, Molotov.
Gives a bit of a smile at that, looks over as one of the sergeants come walking back over and has a bottle under his arm, clipboard under the other. And you can tell the way he's holding it, he's kind of hiding it from anyone else seeing it. Walks over, lets it slip out. It's a nice clear bottle and hands it over to you kind of quickly. Here you go, Major.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then now, sorry to say, sir, but you're under arrest.
Torin, roll me perception.
Didn't tell.
The three of them don't seem shocked, don't seem worried, don't seem scared. However, you fail to hear the 3 clicks of the hammers of 1911s in their holsters.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Major?
Of course.
Yeah, he's just gonna leave.
He looks to the sergeant. Give me another perception roll. You hear the distinct leather and metal flap clicks of the 2 sergeants' 1911 holsters buttoning back as you're walking away.
Tor's is like, gotcha!
After a moment, they start to look to each other and go back to whatever they were conversing about before. Add to your inventory 40 ounces of nondescript see-through liquid.
Liquid.
Moonshine!
If you were to put a label on it, it'd probably be XXX or something.
Alright, man.
Make sure to label it. Oh, I gotta show Alexander the holy hand grenades we have created.
Does this pass the sniff check?
Roll me a con save.
Yeah, okay, yes it does.
You lose your breath for about 2 seconds as soon as you pop the cap, because you don't even give it a second to breathe. You just pop and take a whiff, and it just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's alcohol.
Absolutely poke.
We'll go walking your way.
500 milliliters?
Let's see, 40 ounces is how many milliliters?
Oh, you said ounces. 40 ounces.
Yeah,
okay.
40 ounces.
That plus the bottle of Finnish vodka I still have.
Oh yeah. As you go walking with your newly acquired, somewhat extorted, nondescript beverage. Yeah, Peter, you're able to look over the horse. Seems good, seems solid. You'll be able to sit on the wagon. Guide her plenty easy enough. Isn't gonna fight. Very well trained. About half an hour goes by and the cart's fully stacked up. Some of the troops are starting to walk around. And if you guys are watching, you're able to kind of notice how about 12 worth of the maybe collectively 40 troops floating around and some of the scientists and researchers, about 12 of them start meandering their way, idly conversing, over towards what looks like a rock in the middle of the clearing. A rather large stone kind of sticking out jagged with a very calcified, dead tree trunk just kind of twisted and mangled up next to it. And over the next minute or two, they're very idly unslinging their rifles and kind of a half-ready, kind of a lazy half circle as they look towards the rock and the tree, like they've been doing this a couple times already. As we now get to the other bits of you. You guys have a good maybe hour or so still. Other than resting and accumulating and recovering your spell slots and getting the effects of a long rest, anything else you guys would like to do?
I probably want to just acquire a couple more food rations, since I'm paranoid about the time shifting thing now.
Alright, yeah, you'll be able to give me investigation.
Got it. Investigation. There is not intimidation.
Intimidate the food.
Like, give food!
I know.
Okay, fuck. Sorry.
You do find your way to the mess tent that has a large kind of boiler wagon attached to the side of it. You're able to step inside where there's 2 long benches. Looks like a couple guys eating that aren't currently on post or doing a task. It's your large, typical, just pots of kind of goulash or food being cooked up. Little bit of, gumbo, I suppose. Sort of like a beef stew. And the chef kind of looks over towards you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking to acquire a couple more dried field rations. Because my team is about to go embark into the Fey realm.
You actually want dried field rations?
Well, I mean, they need to last, and apparently,
Oh, trust me, they'll
can
last.
act different.
They'll definitely
Time
last.
can act different in there, so
They've
I
withstood
just
time
don't
and
want to
war.
run out of food.
Okay, I won't argue it. I'll give you what I got. You
We
seem
got things
kinda-
from the First World War.
He walks towards the back, comes walking back forward, and sets two what looks like wooden grenade crates on top of the table that he's at. And flips the tab on one of it. The little metal
Hard
hinge
deck from the
opens
Civil
up.
War.
Opens up the lid, and there is a bunch of very thin paper sleeves in there, almost like it's like the sleeves that you get when you got like packaged ammunition. And inside each sleeve is 3 somewhat thin, looks like saltine crackers, but much less design to them.
All right.
Kind of
Thank
looks
you.
to you with a bit of a smile. You ain't gonna test one first?
Sure, why not?
There's a little bit of a smirk growing on his face. Roll me a con save.
Roll Constitution. Yep.
Roll con to not break a tooth.
Con save or just regular con?
Con save. It hurts a little bit. You feel like if you try too much harder to bite into this thing, it's gonna fucking break. It's a wheat square. It's a oblong saltine. You have about 200 of them between these 2 crates, 100 in each crate. And you kind of realize the only ingredient is salt and flour.
Well, if worst comes to worst, we won't starve.
Yeah, if worst comes to
Well, can I
worst,
have
you
one of
can
those?
maybe throw these at him. Oh my god, how you gonna feed him?
Oh, he's not the one I need to worry
Oh.
about.
Traveling
Simple
oil
like
pipe.
this. I just open it up and just swallow it whole.
Perhaps feed him this abomination of wheat first, and then give yourselves the other items that you might be bringing along with you. Maybe he'll eat one of them
Okay,
fairies
great.
or something that floating around over there.
Don't give him ideas. He ate a German once.
He eats people too.
Hey, that
Oh,
that was just a circumstance of the situation. All right.
the creation of these horrible things were circumstance and situation too. You eating history there, son. And he'll
I take a
slap...
look at him and see if there's a manufactured date stamped into them.
Roll me perception as he's closing the lid on the top one again.
Oh hell, it's gonna be say like 1890 on, isn't it?
Peter, you see on the lid as it's flapping closed in front of Nikos while he's trying to gnaw on corner of one of these little crackers. It's actually 1870.
Damn.
Yeah, we had worse during the war.
That's so true.
God, yeah, that actually is unfortunately true. And he kind of scoots the 2 crates over to you. It looks like grenade crates straight up. They got the little rope handles on either side.
You know, I once had Japanese hardtack that was dated from the Meiji Restoration.
Them Japanese make the
Oh,
little wheat squares too.
They learned it from the British.
Ah, well, of course they did. Can imagine they dip theirs in tea and soak up all the tea to make it edible.
That's one way to do it. I was taught to dip it in water. Make it so you can just eat it.
Well, I don't suggest trying to actually bite into it like he was trying. Perhaps thrown into that shoot-like maw of your Yuan-Ti friend. Gives kind of a smile and nod. We'll pause for a moment. Looks over towards the large, just giant cook pot that he's got boiling. Yeah, before we go, if you want some actual food, You're welcome to grab yourself a bowl.
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
You'll go
Try
over.
dipping the hardtack in it, see if it makes it edible.
He pours 3 large bowls, pauses on the third one, grabs a second bowl, fills it, and puts 1 bowl to each of you, the last 2 to you, Hachu.
All right. Grab.
Peter, roll me roll me a perception roll, please.
Torin smells food and appears.
The piece of meat that it makes contact with, of the broth in this bowl, the broth sinks down about 1/5 of the way, but the piece of meat that makes contact with this not quite entirely normal hardtack kind of starts to turn into jerky.
Again, had worse.
It's soaking up the moisture in the meat.
Maybe we can use it as a weapon.
Force feed it to someone and dehydrate them to death. Alexander, Leroy, and Torin, I want the 3 of you to give me perception.
Well, your eyes are a very unique shade of brown, sir. You know, usually on a darker...
He's dead, Jim.
Oh no.
They got him.
He died.
They got him.
I keep telling you guys, you gotta be careful about Candle Jet.
Shut up with Candle Jet.
God.
Gonna hurt you. Alexander and Leroy, you guys are kind of standing around the tent. You don't quite notice, but Torn, you get a whiff of the slightly re-mixed around gumbo that floats across. And yeah, you get a solid smell of it. You also notice the end of Hachu's tail giving an idle wiggle sticking out of the flap.
I smell food.
I'll hand him the hardtack and say, debatable.
Torin's just gonna take it, fucking chomp down on it.
Con save.
Ranks my nose in disgust.
The bag is full, right? Because that's our emergency ration.
Yeah. Torn, for the foreseeable future, your art might have to reflect his front right main fang is snapped.
Fucking kidding me!
They did warn you.
That was not a warning. Touch my face.
These will be more useful as
Do the
weapons.
thing, touch my face.
I'll touch
Fix
his
this.
face.
Fix this.
Leroy is having a hearty guffaw at his...
I imagine.
Don't
fix
worry,
this right
I
now.
think everyone is.
Peter, are you using lay on hands, I take it?
Yeah, I guess it'll not regrow his fang, but will stop the pain.
If you use lay on hands, it'll stop the pain. If you use an actual spell, it will heal it proper.
No, don't do it. I want him to be snaggletooth.
There's plenty of reasons to be cool and snaggletooth. Biting a biscuit is not one of them.
No one has to know it was a biscuit that brought you low.
I apparently don't have that set up to roll.
Virtue?
It wasn't even a biscuit, it was a hardtack.
Oh, that's temporary hit points. Hang on. I thought I had one that was
So I
actual.
guess the Americans would call it a cracker. Ha.
Cracker, yeah.
Snaggletooth by a cracker in Florida.
Damn.
In that case, there we go. I'll cast Cure Wounds, but it won't fucking cast it.
That's okay. You don't use Cure Wounds all too often. A little bit of holy magic kind of shines outwards over your front of your snout, where he puts his palm over it, and the pain's kind of dull for a few moments as his hand pulls away, and you give 2 kind of experimental bites, and you realize your front right main fang is back again.
Yeah, I feel so good, gratitude. Thank you. I'm so thankful you're here. Wow. Yeah, don't do that again.
Be wary of hardtack. It's called that for a reason.
Who would do this?
It lasts forever. You'll see. If you look on the other side of it, you can see these were manufactured in 1870.
This food is an antique.
No, I think it has to be 100 for that first, but it's getting close. It's definitely a classic.
He's just gonna shake his head and walk away.
I never had it, but I once saw some from the Crimean War.
He's out. He's like, fuck this.
Goodness.
Definitely absolute last measures. Rations.
Oh, very.
Oh, I've been mandated by the government to give you a cracker that is 50 years old. So, suck it up.
Well, Torn is gonna say hi to the horse as he walks by, though.
You're walking by, you see the horse kind of loaded down, looking a little antsy.
Giving her a little name tag, little like rope with her name written on it, so that everyone else who walks by can see it.
No, that's literally it. Hi, horse.
Kind of nods its head a little bit, wiggles some, doesn't really seem to acknowledge you.
Fine, be that way.
I do want you to roll me perception again, Torn.
Ooh, 24.
As you're walking away from the horse, you do spot Alexander standing there. I imagine you're kind of looking over your gear, double checking your gas mask bag on your chest, checking your other kit. And you do spot what looks like a about Alexander height goat slowly walking up behind him.
Do I recognize this goat?
Roll history. Yes.
What? Huh? I'm gonna look over at him. Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Behind you!
Don't mind him, Alexander. Just act natural.
I'm gonna look behind me.
There's just a white goat just standing there, chewing, kind of looking through you into the void.
I'm gonna kind of point my paw at him in like a dismissive way, be like,
This is what you're worried about? It's literally not doing anything.
You don't know.
Apparently not.
You hear in the back of your head, Alexander.
Don't mind him. He's crazy.
The last
I'm
time
gonna
I saw
kind of
that
look
goat
at
was
him.
in
My
Greenwich.
eyes are gonna lower, go half lid. So I kind of just look deep into this goat's eyes and see if I kind of sense a presence behind it.
Roll me investigation. You have Hell Sight, so let me give you a quick DM here.
Orin, what are you screaming about? I told you to be careful of the hardtack.
No, it's the goat. It's the goat. It's the goat.
What? What goat?
The goat.
What? I don't even remember if I was there for this.
You. Remember the goat in the fucking Griffin mission?
The one that the Griffin was gonna eat and then it just fucked off?
Yeah, it did a bit more than that.
I don't remember it doing more than that.
It did a lot more. It got really fucking weird and freaky and spoke into Torn's mind and then reappeared sometime later on the ceiling of the hangar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, only you saw that bit, though.
Oh, yeah.
What goat are you...
And then
Thorin-
only he saw it again with fucking with when he was talking to Sims. The goat is specifically hunting Thorin.
It's just standing there, chewing on something as it looks at you, Alexander.
We can bring it with if you want. It would always do as food.
The goat is not food.
I guess we could use it as a garbage disposal.
Gives a nice little calm, kind of empty-minded, no thoughts goat. Meh. And starts kind of idly walking next to you, Alexander, looking towards Torin.
Right.
Do you... I mean, you can shoot it, I guess.
No, that's a bad idea.
Torin's just squaring off with the goat.
I'm just gonna look over here. Torin's like, Torin, like, legitimate, like, really calm down. It's just a goat, and he's not gonna hurt you.
It's not just a goat.
Right.
Meh.
Explain to me how that goat got here from Greenwich.
How do you know it's the same goat?
It's the same goat, I know.
Can I roll perception or investigation on that?
Roll investigation.
Or history?
I mean, it's a white goat. That white goat also didn't really have any distinguishing features, but it looks like the same white goat.
I mean, there's lots of goats that look like that.
No, I know.
Torin's going to
Hachu!
approach and kneel in front of the goat.
Hachu, does this look like the goat from the Griffin?
I saved you.
Maybe. No, probably not. I don't know. It looks like a goat.
You're alive.
Nicholas!
Yeah. I don't know.
Leroy?
It's the same color. I think. Right?
Leroy is too busy collecting a cook pot for the goat.
A what pot?
A cook pot, because you
Okay,
know
that's
earlier.
not-
Look, earlier y'all interrupted Leroy making Brunswick stew. He was being told to stay behind. He was going to make stew. He's still hungry.
Oh, yeah.
He's had coffee, but he hadn't had food. He's making goat stew.
Oh. Alexander.
Well, that's between you and the goat.
Roll me perception.
No, I thought you said you were making him a cook pot, and I was like, oh, fucking what?
No,
God.
goat and cook pot.
Torin's leaning down in front of the goat, kind of eyeballing him. Everyone else is questioning and kind of looking. They seem to remember this goat somehow from somewhere. And he kind of lowers his front right leg a little bit, kind of like a horse would, when they're offering you to ride them.
Can I roll animal handling to tell that?
Sure.
Huh. This is quite unusual.
Yeah, he's offering Alexander to hop on.
Why don't you get on your mount, Alexander? Charge into battle.
Excuse me.
I think I'll pass. In my opinion, I feel like it's kind of weird. You know, considering.
No.
However, there's something that's kind of intriguing about this little guy.
I'll teach you how to use the bayonet as a sword when mounted.
Nah, I'm good.
What's intriguing about him?
I don't know. It was like some sort of aura, I guess.
Hey, now listen, goat. I'm gonna choose to trust you because I feel that if you wanted me harmed, you would have harmed me by now.
I'm telling you right now, it's legitimately just a goat.
Torin does like the 2 fingers to his eyes, 2 fingers to the goat's eyes, saying like,
I'm trusting you, but I'm watching you.
and he's gonna turn away.
I'm gonna DM you,
DM.
Torin, as you turn away. Yes?
Does that religion check do anything? See if it's possessed or not.
I will tell you here in just a moment.
Somebody have a leash for that goat? I'm hungry. It's time to eat.
You cannot touch the goat.
Look, just because you're scared, just because you're scared of something your height that walks on 4 legs, does not mean that I will.
You know, Leroy, there's gumbo right over there already made.
I've never liked anything west of the Mississippi.
You know, I like eating animals as much as the next guy, but this goat, it's a bad idea.
It's goat. You literally just said it yourself. It's goat. What's wrong with goat? Here, goat. Come here. Come here.
DM you here, Alexander, and I'll see if he comes walking over to you, Leroy.
Yeah, just a little closer, goat boy. Come here. Have some nice grass. Come here, goat. Have a nice handful of grass.
Kind of, like, meh, one time. Looks over towards you, starts slowly kind of righting himself up, and walks over towards you, Leroy, and goes to eat out of your hand.
I'll make a grab for the goat.
I'm just gonna stand there and be like, good luck with that. I don't think you're gonna get too far.
Torin looks uncomfortable, but he's not doing anything.
Where are you trying to grab the goat?
Scruff of the neck so I can flip it off its fucking legs.
Sleight of hand. Yeah, you grab it by the scruff of the neck and raise it up. It seems kind of calm at first and for the moment.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything to hog tie it?
You want to try to hog tie it?
Yep.
Tell me the rough way that you are hog tying it. Well, like, how are you setting it down? How are you gonna tie it?
Well, so I've got it by the scruff of the neck. I haven't actually picked it up. I've seized it. It's in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a matter of using my body to wrestle it down onto its back, flip it over.
While he's
I
doing
still
that,
I still have rope in my pack. So
Yep.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look to Alexander and I'm gonna say, it's not like a fey goat or anything, is it?
No, it's a regular goat. There's just something with it.
I would
sort of.
What light?
I feel like it has some sort of magic tied to it, and I kind of want to just dispel it, but at the same time, it's not really my problem.
Hey, little dog man, if you want to lend a hand, I'll let you borrow the carcass afterward.
Roll me a strength, Leroy.
I would implore you, don't do that.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, that's save. Just regular strength.
Should have gone with the save.
Let me roll. Ooh. Leroy has it by the scruff of the neck, kind of bowls it over a little bit onto its side as you start to hog tie it and wrap it around. You get the hind hooves tied and you start to reach around the front ones to tie them. As all of you see, suddenly, Leroy, you're kind of jerked backwards and you land on your butt sitting. And then your shoulders are pressed against, and there's a loud bleat as the goat is now straddling over you with the hoof to either of your shoulders looking down at you. Meh.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Okay, it's a judo goat.
No, this is not how it works, little goat, okay? Goat gets eat, goat goes in cook pot. We all have goat stew, so come along.
Not aggressively, but its left hoof raises up and pushes to your forehead. And it just kind of holds its little goat hoof on your forehead, Leroy. Alexander, give me a moment here. I need to send a message to you.
If I had to guess, I don't think the goat wants to be eaten.
Should I do something? It seems bad.
I think it's fine for now, but if
I mean, he said it's a normal goat. Shouldn't be anything wrong. I don't understand.
No, he says it's a magical goat now.
Well, that means it'll have magical properties after I've cooked it, right?
Like I said, I don't think you're gonna get too
Arcana
far
on
with
that?
it.
Would that be to try and tell if that's a true statement that cooking a magical goat would give you magical food?
Or is it like alcohol where you cook it and the alcohol wears off?
I would presume whatever magical properties a creature had would be undone with the cooking and killing process.
DM, can I roll for that? Or do I just know?
Before you guys are able to really roll or look, as he's putting his hoof to Leroy's forehead, it makes a very directed and kind of affectionate look towards Alexander. And its eyes actually kind of focus on him and aren't just blankly goat staring. And for a half moment, it seems like he gives almost a nod, and then a meh, meh, looks down, and the goat and Leroy poof out of existence.
Oh, Lord.
uh
Oh, Lord.
Alexander?
Well,
what was that?
I told you it was not a normal goat.
Apparently,
How do you think it got
that
here
was
from
one of my
Greenwich?
brethren.
Oh no.
And it just took Leroy.
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about him. Guy was kind of a dick anyway. But like, what's weird though is that how did it revert to such a feral state? I never thought that was possible.
What are we going to tell Miss Harper?
Oh no.
So if he's one of your brethren, does that mean Leroy just got sent to hell?
I don't know. It's kind of complicated because they're from a different district than I am, so.
What do you mean district? You all know each other down there.
Nah, not really. It's kind of think of it like working in a big office, and then like there's like different levels and like different cubicle like sections, and like you sign like one birthday card for like one area, but like you don't know who the other guy is. So like it's a big place. It's giant. It's massive. There's a lot of
Hurley, hell is a giant bureaucracy. It really is hell.
It's just
100%. Yes.
I'm more concerned with the fact that a demonic goat now has a Leroy who has demonic tendencies. As of now.
All right. I let me see what I can do. I could probably track it down, but I can't believe I'm saying this because usually I'm like really accepting of a lot of people, but having spent the last few days, is he really a loss? I mean,
what happened to him?
I mean, you were trying to kill him not even a few days ago. I mean,
Yeah, that was complicated.
Apparently,
we
so.
do kind of owe him because he did kill that dragon.
All right. Well, yeah. Give me one here. Let me kind of see how I can start here.
All right, who wants to go tell Miss Harper that Leroy has been dragged to hell by a goat?
I'll go tell her.
You guys make your way over to the tent that you know that Miss Harper and the General are in having a discussion. And they kind of look over towards you. Oh, hello again.
Hey, I've got some bad news about Leroy.
Oh, did something happen?
Yeah, he's gone.
What do you mean gone?
So, this is gonna sound complicated, but there was this goat that I met in Greenwich. And there was something up with that goat. And
Her
that
expression's starting to deflate as she holds a gloved hand up to you, like, stop. Don't worry. The goat was my mode of transportation to get to other parts of the world a lot quicker.
I am...
For keeping him hidden from the British government, who wish to use him for experiments, he'll occasionally help me get to other parts of the world that I need to be quicker, and sometimes my associates will do the same. Right now, he should be arriving somewhere in, I believe, South Tokyo, where we were going to be deliberating with Mr. Yamai about like what we discussed earlier.
Okay.
I was intending to see you all off at first, before I approached Mr. Copeland and we made our way to go speak to Eugen, but Eugen may have been a little bit wrong on his timing and seems to have sent for Mr. Copeland before I gave the okay. I can assure you he's in good hands.
Well, that's a shame.
Thorn's gonna walk around and turn around and leave.
You were hoping for... Oh. Looks to the general, who just kind of gives her a nod. I can instruct them from here, if you need to see to other things, ma'am. I feel I need to give them a goodbye real quick, an explanation, and then we could probably be on our way. Very well, ma'am. The general and Miss Harper come walking out, and we'll immediately split. The general walks over to some of the troops as the cart is starting to be pulled over towards that big rock and tree. And Miss Harper walks over to the, now 5 of you. I apologize for the sudden appearance of my more distant mode of transportation.
I see that goat's life, you know.
So, he has somewhat expounded upon. He did make mention of a griffin or something of the sort. Not all of your exploits are kept entirely secretive from me, but I didn't take too much interest in that. More so, you can tell he has a very good way of being able to read people when I need to, and also a very quick way of getting to certain places when I have meetings abroad. He simply gathered Mr. Copeland sooner than I had requested. I apologize for any scare that may have caused, but he's going to be discussing with a lawyer friend of mine as far as setting up some contracts and some future cooperation and tracking down our Confederate gold.
Has he always been feral, or is that something that just happens? Like, I don't know. Been here for like a while now.
I've only ever known him as a goat with some special abilities, although he does seem to bear some sort of demonic process or mannerisms from time to time, but I try not to question it. After all, I have made allies in the past with much more dubious entities. I can assure you he is harmless. He's rather content being kept quiet, and I would request that you all keep quiet as to his current employment and situation.
So then I guess I could chalk that up as a form of camouflage, I suppose. I mean, I could do that myself.
I feel like if you were standing on all fours, you would be doubly small than your typical goat, sir.
Right, but...
That was unnecessary.
Kind of look at myself and kind of judge some things.
I don't know if I'm really built to be on all fours. I'm pretty much like built like
You
a
look much
standing
better
bipedal.
standing bipedal, sir. Again, apologies. I will depart you all a bit sooner than I had intended, and I will look to... I'll look to the goat and ask why he felt so needy, unless, of course, one of you were pestering him, and that spurred him to move quicker than intended.
Oh, I know who was pestering him. That actually was Leroy himself, so...
Ah. That makes sense, then, why he did what he did. Again, I apologize, and thank you again for assisting the Confederacy and tracking down our missing soldiers, as well as exploring the Fae. I will see to the lawyer and the goat, and we'll be spending the next couple weeks with Mr. Copeland, and perhaps a bit longer after such. The general will take care of you and see to your transportation, and rest assured, the remainder of the company will be remaining at this campsite so that you can be received every time that the portal does open again on its incremental periods. He will give you any final briefings that you should need and additional equipment. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
She gives a little bit of a sigh, kind of pats the side of her dress a little bit, knocks some of the dust off, and starts walking over. As she continues walking, don't really have to roll perception to see it, as in in-game images, a kind of ghostly, sort of that ghostly mist manifestation appears in front of her, and you see once again the cowgirl who is no longer a cowgirl but looks like a begrudging Japanese kind of maiden with like the female style dress and the silk sash, and she seems very perturbed wearing this as compared to her usual cowboy attire. And standing next to Independence, who is being forced to LARP with her patron, who is somewhere likely still being a Ronin, standing next to is another kind of dusty-looking cowboy-esque spirit. Very much a short shit, looking somewhat similar and ghostly to Miss Harper. And I'll throw their images once again up there. As Miss Harper looks over towards them, gives a nod, and the three of them give a nice kind of foof as they do a plane shift to where they need to go. We will scene transition over.
Sayonara.
Scene transition over, if not briefly. Leroy, you're sitting on a nice floor mat. It's a bamboo floor mat. It's cozy. The goat is still standing on top of you on your chest, takes his hoof off your forehead, steps off to the side, and kind of idly walks over and just stares blankly at a corner. And you hear sort of a nice, kind of gentlemanly voice. Ah, Mr. Copeland. Good to see you, although I didn't expect you this early.
No more goat stew. No more goat stew. No more goat stew. I'm just kind of muttering this over and over.
Oh, you didn't try to turn him into stew now, did you?
It might have occurred.
Oh, Mr. Copeland. Do you mind if I call you Leroy?
To whom may I have the honor of addressing?
Sitting kind of Indian-style crisscross with one hand on his left knee, his right elbow on his right knee, and smoking one of those really long kind of oriental opium pipes, is this gentleman on the opposite side of this room. There's a little tea set between the two of you, and he's just kind of smiling, a little bit of smoke kind of dripping just a little bit out of the corner of his mouth. Your friends, that Wondrous Company, speak awful highly of you. I'm hoping it's not all fluff, what you're capable of.
I do not know to which it is you refer, sir. You have me at a disadvantage.
I don't intend to. This was intended to be very less formal, more friendly. I understand how this might seem like a kidnapping, but with you being here at no help to him, yeah, I imagine Miss Harper and her compatriots will be showing up soon. They informed me that they need a spiritual medium, a sort of a legal secretary for some of their requests that they hope to make with you. Some deals, perhaps.
And you are involved in this how?
I'm a deals devil. A yokai. It's my whole forte. I make sure that when a deal is struck of a substantial value, size, or purpose, it's upheld by both parties, and if one should fail, the other party is granted whatever is promised to them. Or, I reap the benefits of gaining the perpetrator's soul. Although I'm usually pretty good about making sure I mediate over deals that both parties find beneficiary, so I don't have to account for these things. I simply like being part, not benefiting off the after effects. And there's
So
a
you're
little
a carpet
bit.
bagger.
I suppose in some words you might label me as that. As in the corner, there's a
Wrinkle my
little
mouth
bit.
with distaste.
There's a little bit of a kind of ghostly poof, and Miss Harper and the other two spirits kind of appear. I do apologize, Mr. Harper, for you being brought here so soon. And Emmeline kind of walks over, sits down next to you, gives kind of a pleasant smile. These proceedings may take a little while, so feel free to get comfortable. We have some things to discuss for a while for our future cooperations.
I just kind of blinked for a second. My name is Copeland. I don't know who this Harper is you're referring to, but...
Yeah, I understand if some cooperations work well, various agreements can be made to combine said family names. But we'll leave that to the deliberation after we all have a cup of tea.
I feel like we're both speaking English but not communicating. So what should I say next? Yellow Pop-Tart? Is that supposed to mean dinner's ready?
Gives a little bit of a smile as the other spirits will sit down, kind of mediating as well. And we'll see transition away from that for now, as Leroy is going to find himself in a rather potentially substantial spiritual deal for the future of the Confederacy. Transferring back over to the party, you guys are kind of standing there at the camp, kind of standing by. You see some more Confederate troops. Some of them are racking a bolt, some of them are affixing a bayonet. They're not looking antsy, but they are looking like they're kind of getting ready as they're aiming towards the big rock and tree, old calcified tree bark that's sitting in the middle of this opening. And the general kind of looks over towards the wagon as it's brought over, then eventually gives a nod and a kind of low wave to the five of you. Come on then, gentlemen. Like we said, there's only about a 10-minute window once this portal does open, and we want to make sure if anything does come trying to force its way through, we can repel it so that you can make your way through.
Tell us we have to fight our way in.
Yeah, let's hope not, but there's always the potential chance that it'll happen.
Yeah, Torin's gonna mount the wagon and mount the MG.
Alright.
And lean on it in a cool way. You know, like one arm up on top of it, cool.
Roll charisma.
I am gonna roll charisma.
Let's close.
Roll me charisma.
Cool!
Ooh. Yeah. Torin looks pretty cool and pretty ready. You guys are all able to shrug your various gear, get your weapons higher on your shoulders, ready your shield and spear, kind of tuck your jacket and vest a little better, and make sure the glove is on your hand. Peter, you're able to check the Thompson, do a quick brass check. And all of you just kind of slowly kind of stroll your way on over, double check the straps on your gas mask bag on your chest, as the five of you walk over, stand beside the wagon, or on the wagon, or mount up on it, grabbing the reins in your various positions, kind of leaning on the machine gun. And there is a loud, immense ripping noise as the literal fabric of existence is torn asunder in front of you. As it splits open, I need all of you to make me a con save, the five of you.
Oh, hell.
Mediocre.
Ooh.
Actually, perfectly average.
Pretty average.
Constitution save, Matt. Not charisma save.
Yeah. But I hit charisma. Oh no, you said con.
Con.
Fuck. I just take the charisma roll anyway. Fuck.
Damn.
Rip.
Peter and Alexander, both of you are kind of blinded by the immediate light that shines through. Torn, because you're kind of on the machine gun on the back of the wagon, it's more side-eyeing you, so you're kind of squinting a little bit, looking out of the side of your vision. Hachu, you
Well,
gotta...
no, this thing's front mounted. They can't be back mounted.
It's back mounted.
It's got to be back mounted, otherwise you're going to shoot the horse.
Yeah.
You shoot above the horse.
It doesn't work like
Wow.
that. It's back mounted. Hachu, you kind of squint a little bit, but you're able to kind of see through. Nikos. It's like a Greek midday with no clouds. That's cool.
Torn is squinting in pain in a cool way.
In in-game images, it's mounted like this.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say the machine guns on Red Dead, the machine gun flatbed wagons, but it's loaded down with a bunch of other supplies on it that you guys are like half sitting on or kind of straddling. As the portal opens and the bright light shines through, and there's a very pungent smell of flowers and kind of roses and algae and plant life and ozone. And then there's a loud screech, a sudden popping noise. You hear some Confederate yell out something like, "Good goddamn!" And I need all of you to make me a dex save.
Damn, Alexander.
Damn, Alexander's
I was
on
ready
it.
this time.
He was
I was
ready.
ready this time.
Yeah, everyone does okay. Nikos, you kind of have a little bit of a rough time. But I had different music, but because it was requested, the wagon, the floor, the air around you, everything drops underneath you. As you find yourselves falling through kind of a bluish water-like sort of stream. Fucker.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I had a feeling.
Torn is clinging to the machine gun.
You guys are in a downward falling waterfall, twirling about. It is not great.
It is a good thing this series is not monetized. Be copyrighted the hell back on this one.
Oh, if it was monetized, I wouldn't have asked for it, but it's so worth it since it's not.
You guys are tumbling, you're holding onto the wagon, the supplies are kind of twirling about a little bit. Some of the ropes are starting to fray as you guys are gripping on for dear life. Nikos, your shield slips off your arm and starts to spiral beside you guys as suddenly trees and leaves start kind of growing into existence around you. The ground starts manifesting, the sky starts becoming apparent. Hachu, you sprawl out and tumble across a bunch of soft grass and dirt and wood chips. Torn, holding onto the machine gun, it spins around in place as you manage to grip onto it and keep your feet planted on the wagon. Alexander, you have a fucking superhero landing. You land on your shoulder, tuck, roll with it, roll twice, land on one knee with a fist in the dirt, looking like a fucking badass.
I hate going through portals so much.
Peter, it's very dignified. You almost kind of float the last 3 inches and slide on your heels as you come to a stop with the Thompson ready. Nikos, it's kind of a slide on your side. However, you realize you're sliding on your shield a bit as you're able to ready yourself. Come to a stand, and let me move you guys to a rough image, if I can find it real quick.
As opposed to a soft image.
Well, that was an entry.
Ugh. Why was it blue and spit, eh?
You guys never been through a portal before?
Into portals, I just assumed we could
Like doorways, yeah.
walk through it. I didn't think we'd fall to the floor.
I mean, try going through a portal that throws you upwards. Yeah, that one was rough.
As you all kind of blink and collect yourselves, look around, the floor is a soft, almost perpetual mat of pine needles and leaves and occasional mushrooms. It's soft as hell to the touch, like you could sleep on it easily. There's a mixture of very light-skinned barked trees with massive canopies that seem to make no real sense. Half of everything, despite it being what seems to be daylight, has reddish and orange kind of hues and autumn warm colors in the distances. You can see out from this kind of knoll that you're on, you're in the middle of a large, expansive forest that has the occasional gap here and there, an occasional opening. There's a handful of large, tan spires of boulders and rocks that have trees growing out of the side of it. It's the weirdest mix of Oregon, Washington State, and, like, your typical Appalachian mountain pine, but with, like, an autumn filter cranked up to 11. There's a nice
North
mist.
mushroom.
The mushrooms are odd, to say the least, very spindly.
So, were the reports of the soldiers returning that the biome and fauna was hostile?
I heard something about the sun trying to eat people.
If this is hostile, then this is disconcertingly beautiful.
I just
It
started
always
thinking
is.
about something though. Is there a way we can like establish some sort of way to find our way back here? Because I'm kind of looking around and I can easily see how somebody could get lost out here.
First things
Can
first,
make
let's...
a trail of hardtack.
Nothing would eat that.
Let's see if we can find any signs of any of the other parties first.
Why didn't we bring some rope with us? That would have been smart.
We did, but we'd never have enough.
Roll perception check, Alexander. Each of you do have 50 feet of airborne paracords somewhere in your backpack or your, like, carry kits, but there is also a large spool of what you could assume to be a few hundred more feet of triple, like, braided rope.
I'm all for one, like, laying down a trail just so we can find our way back. Because they did say it was this spot specifically. You don't want us to get away from this and then be trapped in here like everyone else.
Is there anything specific about this spot?
I mean, I would assume it's specifically this spot. I mean,
They said it opens in various places, and that could be anywhere from a few feet to a few miles, to a few hundred miles.
Hey, DM, is this supposed to be a gray grid?
It is.
Okay.
Do you guys see the black marker?
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome to the fun aspect of cartography and map making. You guys, as you move from grid to grid, deciding which grid you wish to travel to, using compass directions, north, south, east, west, southwest, northeast, etc., etc., you guys will be able to move in a grid pattern. As you move to this grid pattern, explanation of the fauna and terrain will be provided. You guys are going to work together as you explore this place looking for the Lost Company to draw a map of the Autumn Realm. I would like whoever is holding the map or going to be drawing it, at least for this particular turn, to give you an intro as to how it works, to roll me Nature.
Nature. I mean, Torin has the compass and the map making tools and shit, so I mean...
It's gonna be Torin.
Alright,
Yeah.
roll me Nature.
Oh, nice.
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 Feel free to discover how you want to draw on the map, since I guess Torin's going to be the map drawer. Your current location, you are in what seems to be kind of a rocky forest in your current grid. To your north, and we'll just go clockwise, to your north is a very tall, very steep mountain range. To your northeast is even taller mountains. To your east, more mountain range. Southeast, seems like rolling foothills that you're also part of. South is light forest. Southwest, lighter forest. West, more foothills. And northwest, more of those tall mountains.
You fucker. Okay.
So feel free to use this. This is your guys' cartography map. You can work together to draw, you could draw it yourself, you could leave it to Torin to draw the map of the grids around you guys. However you feel, if you want to color code it, if you want to figure out symbols, if you want to do triangles, however you guys feel is applicable for this.
Oh, good.
How long is it going to be until somebody draws Among Us on here?
Oh,
If
we're
you
drawing
do,
it.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah, please take the map seriously.
Please,
There's
please
nothing
put one
legally
of those-
stopping you.
Please put one of those stargates down on the map as a token for me, DM. Please.
The Stargate's
For where
not
we are
there.
now. No, I still want it there because that's where we came in.
Let me
Just
see.
put a picture of Richard Dean Anderson.
You know, we're gonna forget that somebody's gonna forget as a portal there to see a picture of fucking MacGyver on the damn screen. Be like, what the hell?
Oh, no.
What's he got to do with it? Oh yeah.
So I got overwhelmed and I missed south and southeast.
Oh, good. South is thin forest, and southeast is foothills, similar to the forested foothills that you're on now.
So, is there a lake by these foothill? Is there a lake and a forest by these foothills?
There's your Stargate.
It's a setup for a really dumb joke. So,
It's a terrible joke, and you should feel bad.
does that mean there's a forest lake here?
Maybe.
User has been banned for this post.
It's a joke. It's a joke that's only going to apply for Matt because he lived near a forest lake.
User has been banned for this post.
Wah, cry about
I
it.
believe the painter's tool is that little brush. You can freehand it, you can color in with blocks if you want to make a color rule on the side and right next to it what each color means as far as terrain. Essentially, this will just be a rough sort of topography grid map for you guys to utilize.
I don't want to start drawing in any terrains until I can get approximate distances on them.
You know what? With that 20 nature, you get
So
the
we need a
idea.
scale for distance.
Yep, each grid, from what you can tell, looking out at the distance, looking at where you're at, judging by the trees, some of the mountain peaks, as far as you can tell for right now, each one seems to be about a 5 square mile area.
Oh dear, this is large. This is a lot. How are we supposed to find? How are you supposed to find them in this? I mean, I presume they wouldn't have gone to the mountains, surely.
Do we see any signs of them where we are?
Roll investigation, those of you who want to start looking at anything that doesn't seem Fey-like.
I would say I'm not rolling it because Torin is just like trying to sketch shit.
You guys are
Towards
absolutely
sketching the map.
bewildered. Oh my god.
I assume they were probably trying to find a source of, like, water.
The three of you are scratching your heads, looking around. Torin's face down in the map, kind of trying to do some cartography. Hachu, you slither over for a moment, and you look kind of out in the distance, trying to spot anything. And you hear a quick little...
Yep. Yep.
What was that?
What's that?
As
Oh,
you're
it's
looking
what?
around, Hachu, you crane your head straight down, and you realize you almost slithered upon something that is idly poking you. There is a trio of about 6-inch tall. I'll just throw these lads in in-game images, looking at you, concerningly.
There's a bunch
Lauren,
of
you speak their
mushrooms with-
language. Ugh.
It's
I speak what? Oh wait, what? What's going on? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was-
Oh,
Human.
there's mushrooms on the ground with sticks poking me.
A toothpick is fired, and it bounces off your belly, Hachu.
Well, that's rude.
Torrent's gonna like walk over, like look at the.
Oh, that's are those mushrooms?
They instantly drop their weapons, the bow, the 2 little spears, and the tiny little, like, pebble-sized dagger. And all 3 of them instantly start giving, like, little planted bowings towards you.
Why are they?
Roll me intelligence, Torn.
Apparently, you're the king of mushrooms. Says a lot about your character.
That's not something. None of your sass right now. I'm just starting to like you. Don't start.
Why? I'm just
Right.
saying, you must be charismatic.
It certainly seems that way.
Mushrooms grow from shit.
The rest of you hear
Hinya. Hinya. Hinya.
coming from these little guys. Torn, though, you hear Dragon Lord, Dragon Lord, Dragon Lord, as they're giving little tiny child mushroom bows.
They're calling me Dragon Lord.
Torrent's
Like the horse?
voice.
Yeah, I think that's a common name. Just
He's gonna speak in Sylvan, and he's just gonna say, shit, what's a fucking lordly thing to say?
I don't know, Torn.
greetings.
That'll work.
They stop bowing, and what seems to be the oldest and middle one kind of stand up, but the little bitty tiny one walks over, picks up his spear, and kind of staggers over Tiny before you. He's having to actually, like, full arm try to push these tiny blades of grass out of the way, like he's walking through fucking Vietnam. And he approaches just below your feet and lays the spear down and gives another bow.
I don't know what to do. What do I say? What do I say this? Thank you.
Kind of raises, looks underneath this giant, like, mushroom cap of a hat that it's kind of wearing. And you get the hint that there would be kind of a smile if it could really emote. Plants the spear into the ground and seems to pat its chest twice. The other two pick up their bow and their short sword and seem to do the same. And are kind of looking between all of you, just towering above them.
Don't mind them. They're with me. They mean no harm.
What is he saying?
Torrent's
Speaking, look,
to you, Torrent's like,
I don't know.
he's speaking mushroom. I don't know.
The
So
little
fun,
bitty
man.
one reaches a assumedly little hand out, little fungal hand, and kind of like tries to pat one of your claws, and then seems to kind of wave a little bit as it walks over to the other two. And the 3 of them seem to be beckoning you guys and just start fording their way through the tall grass, and they're starting to make their way somewhere south-ish?
Can you guys?
Should we follow them?
I don't know. Hey, can you tell me where? Can you explain?
Everyone else hears
Come on.
little mumbles and murmurs, but I'm gonna DM you, Torn, what you hear the smallest one shout back to you. If I can find your profile. There you are.
Torrent's like, what the fuck, man? The mushrooms are talking to me.
Only took 61 sessions for us to have our first LSD trip.
Is that Harry Potter music?
No.
Huh.
Don't forget
It's the Harry Potter we have at home music.
Oh my god.
Yes, originally Waverly Place music, yeah. That's Harry Potter we have at home music right here.
I haven't thought about that show in a while.
So, the mushrooms want us to, as far as I understood, vanquish the enemy that's stealing their acorns. Apparently the rabbit giants need help.
Huh.
I mean, this could be a good start. I mean, make, friends with the locals. Help some giant rabbits. I'm lost here. I think we don't have any leads. This could be something.
Presumably, the giant rabbits are just regular rabbits, given their size.
Yeah, probably. They're probably just regular rabbits. Yeah. I suppose we go.
Yeah, I don't oppose to that. To start somewhere. However, I still think we should find some sort of way to mark our path as we go. Maybe we can take some of this rope and tie it to a tree every, 100 yards or something, just to kind of keep a trail.
Honestly, I think that our exfil point is going to be moving around just as much as our infill point. So I really don't think it's going to matter in the long run.
How are we going to find our way out of here, then?
Yeah.
Well, the other parties managed to do it, so...
Party, roll me one final perception check as this question is pondered.
21!
Ooh.
We skipping? Nope.
Torin, Nico, Alexander, Peter, and Hachu. Perception.
Dave, I was reading a spell in the middle of that.
The mushrooms don't seem to care at all as they continue. You almost can't even see them other than the slight coloration of the little mushroom caps. It's more so you see the blades of grass that are peeling to the side as the three of them hike along. However, all of you rolled above a 10. Good job. As everybody's answer is kind of granted, there is a loud, thunderous clap and a tearing sound as the remainder of the portal above you is finally sealing back up.
The portal's in the air. The way out's in the air.
How far up in the air is this?
Give or take about 40 feet off the ground.
That's not... how did they get out? Wait, how did they get out?
Presumably, sometimes it opens on the ground.
So we just gotta get lucky.
On that to get lucky. On that to get lucky. I'm gonna mount up on the wagon, and I guess we'll start following the aminals.
I guess be careful where you walk the mushroom. Don't step on any mushrooms. I don't want to start this off on a bad note.
Reach forward and pat the horse and tell her, don't step on any mushrooms. They might be friendly.
The horse seems properly freaked out.
Torin's gonna be like,
yeah, did you hear him? He said don't step on any mushrooms.
Are you want to use the spell slot, Tor?
It's actually a free. It's not a spell
Oh wait,
slot.
it's free. Yeah.
It's free.
You know, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't actually sign up for anything. I'm a horse. I carry wagons. I don't know where I am. The mushrooms are talking. I don't like this. I don't want.
Talking.
I'm a war horse. I don't want to be here.
Wait, why are you talking? Wait.
Why are you talking to me?
Not this again. I'm trying. Look.
I'm trying not to freak out right now. Just hold on to the reins. I won't freak out.
Don't freak out. I'm freaking. If you freak out, I'll freak out.
Peter, deck save.
Oh my gosh.
Peter, you're able to lean to the side and duck as you hear Torin leaning over and saying something that results in the horse starting to shorten their steps, freeze up, and then just tries to double kick the wagon behind them and is starting to shake.
No, stop it, you're freaking out.
I'm not panicking, you're panicking.
No, you're panicking.
You're panicking.
Can I try to calm the horse?
Torin,
Roll animal handling, Peter.
stop! You're scaring the horse.
The horse is scaring me.
Tell him to pull the reins.
Ow.
Tell him to pull on the reins. And it's trotting in place.
Peter, she says pull on the reins, pull on the reins.
Pull on the reins.
Pull on her mane. Pull on her manes.
Starts trotting a little slower in place. And then stiffens up and calms down. Still breathing a little hard. Eyes are just kind of darting side to side.
It's okay, one ton.
Good, glad we got past that, I'm sorry.
I'm tying pieces of rope to the trees.
Alright.
Little bows. Every 100 yards.
Alexander, as you go to the first tree underneath where the portal was, roll me a sleight of hand to see if you can, being the tiny you, run the rope around the base of this almost 4-foot wide pine tree. Alright. You step over some of the exposed roots as you walk around it. You cinch the rope a little tight, start trying to tie it, and you hear a snap, and the rope goes loose.
Ow. I'm gonna try it again.
Alexander, we're not gonna be leaving from here.
You walk the rope around, start tying it off, and you hear another snap as the left side goes a bit loose.
Ow! The trees like ropes. That's weird.
Besides, the trees eat people. Are you sure you want to be standing that close?
Trust me, I've seen worse than whatever this place could possibly throw at me, so...
That is a horrible thing to say in a place like
All
this.
4 of you, except for Alexander, perception roll, please.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh, thank God, Hachu.
Peter and Hachu, you see it. He goes, Torin, you're a bit looking at the horse, also trying to keep track of the mushrooms. You're not really looking at Alexander. Alexander, behind you, the tree trunk that you're standing in front of as you address the party holding the rope. Hachu and Peter, you ever see Monster House? Remember how the door of the house opens up into a jagged wooden mouth? The bark of the tree starts splintering and cracking open as what looks like a dripping mouth is starting to open behind Alexander.
Alexander, get back here!
Do I turn around and see it?
Roll me a charisma save, Alexander.
Nice.
Hey, you've stared into some hellish things, but the hellish maw of a tree that just manifested and opened and is slowly... The entire tree is starting to bend towards you, like it's gonna bite you with the bark-looking teeth. Yeah, that's new.
God damn! Oh, fucking 38.
The tree screams out loud as it is blown in two by a daisy cutter right in front of Alexander. His jacket is flapping, his hat flies off his head. As all the grass around it is scorched, the tree explodes and splinters out, and the top half of it lands with a loud crunch, crunch, crunch as it rips apart other parts of the canopy. A slow groan, a bit of a murmur, as other trees start to groan and wane in place and are starting to wiggle slowly.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just get out of here.
You hear that, trees?
Probably best. Probably
You hear
best.
that, trees? Don't mess with us, okay? We're friendly. You're gonna be friendly, okay? We're good. We're good.
The thing was trying to eat me. What do you expect me to do? Just let it happen?
Hey, trees!
He's like shouting Sylvan now.
Trees, we're good, right? We're good. Like
Just get on the... Just
destruction.
get on the cart. Let's get going.
There's a tiny pinprick on your right hip, Peter.
I'll look.
The
Is it one
3
of the mushrooms?
mushrooms are attempting to scale up the side of the wagon, and one of them had to stab into your hip with their spear to pull themselves up, finally.
I'll I'll pull them up. Set them on the driver's seat next to me.
3 little mushrooms. 2 of them kind of sit back into the cleft. The tiniest one kind of being held onto by the middle, and the large one steps forward and points his bow with one arm, like, straight ahead.
I guess follow them. I guess I got tired of waiting for us while we killed trees.
Onward, faithful steed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, horse.
Don't tell him to call me a steed. Okay.
Don't call the horse a steed, Peter. She doesn't like that. What's your name, horse?
Wonton, remember?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, but I mean, I wasn't sure. Okay, it is Wonton. What would you prefer he call you?
It steps slow just a little as its head is bobbing, but you can kind of see it thinking.
Onward, Wonton.
Rebecca Lee. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, the horse doesn't know what it wants you to call it yet, but she's thinking about it.
These mushrooms
Please
are really
don't
freaking me out.
Antagonize the horse too much.
It's right there, friend. I'm not antagonizing the horse. We had a brief moment of misunderstanding, and we're good now.
Uh-huh.
Also, horse, the mushrooms are weird, but they're friendly. Don't worry. They're leading us to the rabbits to keep them from stealing
The
acorn.
horse is not paying attention to what you're saying, as all of you are on the wagon as you ride by what looks like the undergrowth of a tree, where maybe 1 or 2 squirrels would hop out of, maybe some birds would fly out of, instead of little black birds flying out of the grass as you pass by one of the thicker trees. Looks like about 8 or 9 acorns with little wings take flight and disappear over the tree line.
Oh.
Oh, flying acorns.
As you guys begin your descent further into the Fey Realm, we will start next session with you guys properly beginning your Forest Fey journey, led by the 3 little toadstools, promising some sort of help, or rather requesting it, as the party is now lost to time and existence, and we'll see if you guys can properly cartographer the Fey Realm. Catch y'all next time.
Fuck.
俺が誰だか知ってるか誰が言ったか知らないが誰に言ったか知らないが俺の名はアンディさカーボーイのハートを持つ男誰のことだか知らないが誰に聞いたか忘れたが気絶しそうその日を手にBecause それは鏡の中の僕夜も朝ちょっと昼寝しすぎただけだけどお前を never 忘れやしない心でお前は誰 Oh yeah Who are you